Seton Hill University football is on the air.
And a very pleasant good afternoon, Griffin fans, and welcome to Adamson Stadium and Griffin's Game Day here on the Westmoreland Sports Network as Seton Hill goes on the road to take on the fourth best team in the nation, the Cal U Vulcans, in a PSAC West battle here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Alongside Roger Downs, I'm Dan Flickinger, Marcus Weekland on the camera, and we look back at last week's game, the biggest point differential victory in Seton Hill program history, a 49-0 victory over the Clarion Golden Eagles on the road. The Griffins come in 4-4 overall, 2-3 in the PSAC West, and on the other side, the fourth-ranked Vulcans are undefeated, 7-0 and 4-0 in the PSAC West. And Roger, when we look at this game, the Griffins have played fairly well here in the past. They're coming off of a huge win, again, the most lopsided win in program history. So they're hoping, and Dan Day is hoping, that that carries over to today.
You know what, Dan? I'm looking at both teams this way, and it may sound a little bit crazy, but Cal had a big win last week as well, 38-34 over IUP in the final 11 seconds of the game. So what I'm looking for from both of these teams this afternoon is today's game going to be a carryover game or a hangover game based on how both teams performed so well last week?
I talked with Dan Day, and you're going to hear that interview coming up as all of our Griffins Game Day include the interview with Coach Day. He said it would be huge to get off to a fast start today. For that reason, the fact that the Griffins are coming off of that victory, you want to get that confidence flowing early against the Vulcans. But yeah, Roger, that's a great point. The one thing we didn't talk about is Cal U coming off of an emotional win in the Coal Bowl against IUP last week, coming back to do it. Could they have a little bit of a letdown today? I think that's why a good start will be huge. Coach Day said, listen, this Cal U team doesn't know how to lose. He said if we can continue to do what we did last week in this game, maybe put those droplets of doubt in their mind, then that'll go a long way of having success today. But obviously it is easier said than done.
Of course, Dan, and I agree with the fast start is necessary. And what has to happen this afternoon for the Seton Hill University Griffins? They cannot beat themselves. Which Griffin team are we going to see? The team that's going to step up and have a very, very good positive game, or the team that has imploded at times and been their own worst enemy in terms of penalties at the worst possible time during a game?
We are on Griffin's Game Day here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. It's presented by Sendell Motors in Greensburg. Sendell sells for less. Again, alongside Roger Downs, I'm Dan Flickinger. We are streaming today on our website. We are also streaming to our Facebook and YouTube pages, so no matter how you are tuned in, we do appreciate it. We get on the air around an hour prior to kickoff today, 45 minutes prior to kickoff here on the Westmoreland Sports Network, and prior to every Griffins game that we broadcast. Unfortunately, we were not at Clarion last week with the I don't want to say video's been around for just a short while. Obviously, it's been around for a long time, streaming video. But the PSAC has really been a leader in terms of making sure all of their member institutions stream their games. Not only football, but soccer and also volleyball. That is now a conference mandate that the schools must stream all of their home conference games in football, volleyball, and soccer, and of course other sports as well like basketball. So Seton Hill had more than one sport going on Saturday, last Saturday, so that's why we were not able to go to Clarion. We had to stay home and help Jason Green and the guys stream volleyball while they were streaming soccer on the PSAC network. We had to stream volleyball on our network, so that's why we could not make the trip last week to Clarion, but we certainly kept a close eye on it. We turned into Griffin fans, and it was certainly nice to see that score continue to go up. And speaking of that, Logan Weiland, 3 touchdown runs in the first half last week against Clarion, 9 yards, 38 yards, and 61 yards, and the Griffins were ahead 21-0 at halftime. That 61-yard run came with only 39 seconds left in the first half, and Roger, when you can score like that with under a minute left, you're up by 2, that puts you up by 3 scores. That really was a backbreaker last week for Clarion and certainly springboarded Seton Hill to that victory.
Indeed, Dan. Anytime you can score just prior to the half does create that doubt that you spoke of just a little bit ago, like, oh no, we were down 1 or 2 scores and now all of a sudden in the blink of an eye we're down by 3. And what usually happens, the team that ends up scoring in those closing seconds of the first half usually is also the team that will be receiving the second half kickoff as well, and they get to even make that score difference a little bit larger.
Yeah, they get that double possession. So you look at that score, that was certainly a big one. Weiland capping off the first half with his 3rd touchdown run. In the third quarter, Jake McCormick tossed a 29-yard touchdown pass to Taro Gaither with just 51 seconds left in the third. And then Seton Hill's defense forced a fumble. A play later, McCormick connected with Kurt Atkins on a 46-yard strike. It was 35-0 Griffins after 3. Nario Walks added a 42-yard pick 6 in the fourth quarter. Tyler Bradley got some playing time. He threw a 20-yard touchdown pass to Mark Bales. That closed out the scoring. Logan Weiland now second in the PSAC in rushing. 17 carries, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. Uriah Rajkumar also had 10 carries. Jake McCormick, very efficient last week, 13 of 19, 154 yards and 2 touchdowns. Nario Walks, 8 tackles plus that interception for a touchdown. Most offensive yards all season for Seton Hill last week with 412. Also, most rushing yards in a game with 202. It was also Seton Hill's first shutout since 2008 when the Griffins beat Concord, Dan Day's season, 31-0. But obviously, a huge challenge awaits the Griffins today as Seton Hill will take on the number 4 ranked team in the country, the Cal U Vulcans. Seton Hill's defense is great. The Vulcans' defense a bit better. We'll see what happens today, but in terms of the rankings, the Vulcans' defense right now ranks first in the country, so that certainly will be a huge challenge for this Griffins offense that looked to get on track last week. They've been up and down this season, but again, when you go up against a stingy defense like this, it will certainly be a very, very tough challenge for Coach Dan Day and the offense. The defense will have to maybe force some turnovers. We're going to take our first time out. The Dan Day Show is coming up. It was a virtual Dan Day Show this week as we talk with Coach Day about last week's victory and, of course, this game against the Cal U Vulcans. We continue on Griffins Game Day as you hear the Cal U band in the background here on the Westmoreland Sports Network in Adamson Stadium.
When I first came back, one of the first things that blew me away was our facilities. How the fields have grown up in that whole complex down the hill. Our weight room now, I mean, how that has been, remodeled and changed and overhauled.
Our baseball field is, in my opinion, one of the best in the nation, Division II wise. And just having Sullivan Gym open for us all the time with the nets in there whenever we wanted to get work in, which is possibly why I got to where I am, because all the extra work that I did put in.
I think our facilities are one of the best across the PSACs, and that's definitely a huge recruiting tool as we are able to draw the athletes for the academics in addition to the great things they can get on the athletic side of it.
I don't think I would be able to thrive in a big school. I think I like that the professors know my name. I like that when I'm walking down the hall I can say hi to someone and I actually know them.
This is the Coach Dan Day Show, presented by State Farm agent Alex Hetrick in Murraysville. Here's Dan Flickinger and the third-year head coach of the Griffins, Dan Day.
Welcome back to Griffins Game Day on the Westmoreland Sports Network, a much different looking version of the Dan and Dan Show. It's only been a month since we talked with Coach Day on our pregame show on our Griffins Game Day, as he was in isolation for a while last week. Unfortunately, we had to stay around Seton Hill to help out, stream some things locally. but the Griffins were off doing their business, getting a huge victory over the Clarion Golden Eagles by the score of 49-0. First of all, Coach, even though it's virtual, it's good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a while, Dan. So I appreciate it. I've been missing our show, missing our connection. I was jealous when I watched the Dan and Dan show for the Gannon game. I got to see, Coach Dutton and Coach May, but honestly, I appreciate you doing that. And for those guys too, to be able to be a part of this and for fans to see those guys that are behind the scenes that do so much work to put our guys in positions to be successful. So I really do appreciate you letting those guys be a part of the show. Love to do that more moving forward, but I am very, very happy to be back with you.
Yeah, both guys did a great job. It was really cool to hear their perspective offensively and defensively. And I told them both that I would ask you which one did the better job. But are you going to plead the fifth on that?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I'm going to say Coach May. Yeah.
Okay. No, they both did a very good job. Well, first of all, Coach, before we talk about the Clarion game, after missing 2 games, I'm sure it was pretty crazy for you to be back on that sideline. I'm sure you're real excited.
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, just the whole picture, Dan, honestly, we just like anything, it doesn't matter what your job is. There are days that are tough, right? There are days that, that are a little bit harder than others. But I mean, my goodness, like what we fought through in COVID for, how many, months leading up to this, and then to not be at practice, just, reinvigorated that, just, if anything, I guess not reinvigorated, but reinforced that fire and love for the best part of my day is 2 hours going out to practice. I love it. And man, did I miss it, and being able to be back with the players and being able to be on the sidelines, obviously, for the game, and wanted to be able to allow, I was happy to bring back my presence in terms of just energy and attitude.
Yeah, you don't fully know what you have until it's gone, that's for sure. And I know the guys are really happy to play for you. Well, let's talk about that game last week. It was the biggest game in terms of point differential in Seton Hill football program history, a 49-0 victory over Clarion. So what were your impressions about how your team performed?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could look at that game as our first complete game. In terms of offense, defense, special teams, I think we came out as a football team. And what my challenge to them was come out expecting to win. I don't know that we as a team at all this season, I think we've come out with some confidence, but I don't know that we've come out yet just expecting to win, right? Because I think there's a major difference in that. If you come out as a football team, you hope to win, you might come out with great energy, but the minute something goes wrong, if you hope to win, it becomes, oh, is this that, here we go again, kind of mentality, right? When something goes wrong, it's hard to overcome that. If you expect to win, things go wrong, you just rally, you figure that out, and you move forward, right? And I think there's a big difference too, even as players individually. If you hope to win, you go out there and let other things dictate, 1, your focus, and 2, your effort. When you expect to win, you're locked in. From the moment that ball's kicked off till that clock hits zeros, you're locked in. And I think as a program, offense, defense, special teams, you saw a team that expected to win, And I know that, Clarion is struggling, a little bit just as a program this year. But I think as you look at that game, first off, I don't know how it looked, from your perspective when you watch the playback, but they have some really good players. I mean, it's not like just walked out there and were, top to bottom better. I mean, they had some really, really good players. So I think they're credit our guys for how hard they played start to finish. And to be able to be the largest margin of victory in school history, that's something these guys should be proud of. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like we haven't played games through the last, 16 years that have been that opportunity to do that. These are the guys that finally chose to, and we're going to lock in. We're going to play 60 minutes of hard-nosed, tough football. They did that and came out with a great victory.
Well, and Coach, regardless, you mentioned Clarion has some good
players. What's to say with a different mindset and us not expecting to just win and work as hard as we did? What's not to say we walk out of that with, victory, but maybe it's 28-21. You know what I mean? Like they finally just came out, absolutely start to finish, took care of business. And I think, the biggest challenge for these guys is carrying that level of confidence, excitement, energy into every game. I again, I don't want to sit here and I think every loss is an opportunity to look back and reflect, but we carry that exact confidence into Edinburgh. We carry that exact confidence into Gannon. I don't know that, are those outcomes different? I think so. Just being honest. I mean, I think, have we learned this and taken this approach a little bit earlier, but I'm just glad we got it. I mean, it's here, and now that's something we need to continue to build on and make sure we keep that as part of, I told those guys, this is a moment as a program where you can take, this week, it's hands down. I mean, look, you could look at our stats and say Logan Weiland was player of the game in our program. He was not. The player of the game for us was actually Todd Phillips, a receiver. And why? Again, stat sheet, he had 2 catches, 24 yards. Now, both of them were third down conversions, but Todd Phillips blocked his butt off. I mean, as a receiver came out, just absolutely what we have talked about and wanted to be able to be, as a program, is we knew we wanted to run the ball. And I think it takes a special mentality as a receiver to say, swallow your pride a little bit, and understand that your job as a blocker is as important and actually opens up your opportunities as a receiver. And this is the first week in totality that room took pride in blocking. There's no secret that success we felt on the ground and in the air came from that room. Our receivers, you talk about Logan and what he did. Obviously, he's a great player, runs his butt off every play. He's physical. Offensive line played pretty well to open up some of those creases and holes. But my hat this week for that Clarion win in the rushing total came to our receivers. I mean, they absolutely bought into that message, and they went out and did it at a really, really high level all game long. And that's the room that helped produce, for us in the run game was actually our receivers.
And Coach, correct me if I'm wrong, but a few weeks ago, you said one of the biggest issues you have in the red zone is, the DBs and the safeties getting in on you guys and not having that, good blocking from the receiving group.
Absolutely
and
right.
It feels like after that challenge, they've done a lot better then.
Yeah, I mean, they were locked in, and that, you saw the results, and you saw the results, and that's what we need to just continue to, praise them, right? I mean, again, I think it would have been easy, outsider looking in, it would have been easy to, okay, Logan's player of the game, but when you watch that film, 3 touchdowns came from Todd Phillips, 2 rushing, and Taro's catch that Taro was able to get in the end zone. Todd cleaned up the block on the backside that made him able to walk in, so 3 touchdowns directly came from Todd Phillips.
Yeah, certainly a coach's dream to have, a receiver doing those big things. Evaluate Jake McCormick's play. I know he's still coming along, but he seemed like he had a solid game too against the Golden
absolutely.
Eagles.
And completion percentage was really good. His best that he's had so far. Mm-hmm. Still missed a couple opportunities. But what I think you're starting to see week in and week out is those missed opportunities are reducing, and he is taking advantage of, we had some good play action shots, some good timing throws on some posts over the middle, that he's getting much more comfortable. He's getting much more in rhythm. And that's where you're able to start to see, I think had he been that much more accurate throughout the day, I mean, it could have been, it's crazy to say, but it could have been that much more. And I think that's the biggest thing we've talked to him about, just kind of cleaning up that accuracy moving forward. I feel like it's kind of one of the last, true pieces for him to not just be solid, but be explosive. And that's what we need to make sure we're continuing to progress with him there.
Coach, I'm looking at the tweet that you guys sent out after the game in terms of your offensive, defensive, and special teams players of the game. You mentioned Todd Phillips. I want to ask you about Isaiah Powell Major and why he was named the special teams player of the week.
Yeah, Zach Williams has been doing a phenomenal job on our kickoff team. Zach Williams in general, everything he's been on when he's touching the field, he does a great job.
Yeah, special teams were always calling his name.
For sure. He's always involved. So this week we schemed it up a little bit different to put Zach on the opposite side of the kickoff team so that he could use his speed on the back end, which made Isaiah kind of the focal point of our kickoff unit. And if you remember the Clarion game in 2019 coming out of halftime, it was an old Seton Hill player who was on our roster, Terrell Ford. He brought a kickoff back. That was like the biggest play of the game, and that kind of started for us in 19, a negative kind of downfall. So we put Isaiah in a position. He's also on the punt return team, but on kickoff specifically, we put him in a position where he was kind of the focal point of that unit. And my goodness, he absolutely dominated kickoff. And there are times too that he could have, been even in that position and what we put him in. There were times he could have been somewhat selfish. And it's weird, but on the way that our kickoff is specifically schemed, it's not just lanes. Guys have certain responsibilities. And what Isaiah was doing was making sure he was crossing faces with their returners. So there were some opportunities that he could have come off his job to try to make a tackle that would have opened up lanes. Man, he locked in. He did his job to an exceptionally high level. And they actually switched returners, which was something we were really proud of. I think when you look at a shutout, and they impact the game from a field goal block perspective, that just their pressure alone, forces kickers to rush operation, right? You rush operation, timing is off. So we were able to force the first drive of the game could have been 3 points, and that could have been a completely different feeling, right? And somewhat deflating. But man, they just absolutely went hard every single play. In passing game, I think we played, we gave up some opportunities, in the secondary that just a little bit tighter coverage. But at the same time, in what we play, if you're going to throw hitches all day long, then, we're going to force you to do that down the field. So we gave up some yards on some plays that guys were willing to take. But overall, I think we played a really, really disciplined football game. And you could just see the energy, intensity. There were some really, really big hits Saturday, as well as seeing Nario with a pick six, was such a great, awesome for him, awesome for the defense, the entire energy. Those guys have really been waiting to do that and had that opportunity. And I think it was just a really, really complete game for that unit.
Yeah, good to see him do that after the year that he has had. Switching back to offense, Coach, a guy that has played here for a number of years and has really started coming on.
When I heard that was his first touchdown in college, I was shocked.
Yeah.
But so happy for him. I have that opportunity to come in and to be able to go have your first college touchdown in an area that really helped open that game up and really take control. I'm just so proud of him for sticking with it, and being a part of the bad years and now being a major aspect of just changing our culture, but also that production on the field because he works his butt off. It's just a great story.
Luke Hogger hit all 7 of his extra points, which was great. But, Coach, you did have another field goal that was blocked last week. What do you kind of do to clean that up? I know it's been a little bit of a bugaboo for you the last few games.
Yep. Personnel change. And it's one of those things that blood's in the water, sharks are going to go, right? And that's what you're seeing on our field goal team right now. We're getting absolute best effort at it. You don't see the same on PAT, but when it's field goal, they're lining up, they're coming out. I feel bad for Luke because it's not him. It has nothing to do with his operation or timing or any of that. Our left side is broken down. So we've changed personnel. We've coached it, and once we coach it and work on those corrections, it's still not getting done. If we allow it to continue, that's on us. So we have made personnel changes on that side to make sure we're shoring that up, and that's not going to be an issue. And I feel confident we're going to get that cleaned up.
Coach, we'll talk about the Cal U Vulcans after this break, all right?
Yes, sir.
That is Coach Dan Day here on the Westmoreland Sports Network and Griffin's Game Day. We are getting ready for the Griffins and the Vulcans. We will continue and talk about Cal U right after this. It's not just a home or a car. It's the 6 months you save for your Ultra HD flat screen, just in time for football season. And the overtime you worked for that third car, so your teen can drive himself to practice. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or combo, State Farm agent Alex Hetrick sees your home and car as things you work really hard for. Alex understands what your things really mean to you. Talk to State Farm agent Alex Hetrick in Murraysville for your home and auto insurance today.
Choosing an early childhood development program is a big decision, and Seton Hill University is here to help. At Seton Hill's Child Development Center, your 3, 4, or 5-year-old will have fun while developing social skills, self-confidence, and creating a foundation for learning. Here, we foster a mastery of life skills that will prepare your child for success in any endeavor. Learn more about the Seton Hill University Child Development Center by visiting setonhill.edu/childdevelopment.
We continue on Griffin's Game Day as our virtual Dan and Dan show continues here as Seton Hill takes on the number 4 ranked team in the country, the Cal U Vulcans, and we turn our attention to California. And Coach, I always ask you what you kind of see from the opposing team on film. And, you know, it's crazy how much of a meat grinder this schedule always is for everybody in this division, in the PSAC West, Slippery Rock, IUP, Cal U, you guys emerging, obviously some tough teams in Gannett. I mean, everybody knows the list. What do you see from this number 4 ranked team? Why are they ranked 4th in the country right now?
Well, and I talk about this with our players too. I think what you're seeing out of Cal U is what, in my opinion, makes teams the most dangerous. They don't think they can lose right now. And you could see the way they play, the energy, effort, attitude. I mean, they're down 10 to IUP with 5 minutes to go, and it never wavered. I mean, the way that they played, intensity, it was incredible to see. They never wavered. I could speak from our 2008 team. I think a team with confidence is the most dangerous team that you could play. I mean, they do not believe they can lose. So you see that effort, intensity on film, and just kind of that attitude. They bring a little bit of that attitude that they truly expect to win every time they touch the field. Some of what we were just talking about that we brought out on Saturday, they've done it to a really, really high level, so you couple that with some really, really talented players, an all-American defensive lineman, all-conference quarterback, all-conference receiver, all-conference offensive lineman. I think you're seeing a lot of just a good mixture of somewhat of a dominant, football team, because it's not one-sided. It's a complete team effort every single Saturday, in the way that they've won. Defense has really never had a quote unquote bad day. If you look at their statistics, they've played really, really well all season long. But there are times that it's special teams winning a game. They blocked a punt against IUP late that really allowed them to put them in position to win that game, and off their offense went out in crunch moment situation, scored with 11 seconds to go. And they just had that belief. They pick each other up in every instance. So I think you're seeing an absolute complete football team in every sense. And you don't get to be number 4 in the country without, with just one good unit.
2 years ago, you played Cal U really tough, 28-14 loss at Adamson Stadium. How much different is this version of the Vulcans compared to 2019? And do you even look back at that film at all?
Yeah, so typically we do, pretty much every game we've played, this year, with the exception of anybody that's a new staff, we always account that into the equation. But this year's different because Cal U defensively is completely different. So our film from 2019 really doesn't matter. And offensively, they're doing some things that are also a little bit different, even though it's the same staff and a lot of the guys that have been there and together for a while. It's different, and what I would credit their coaches for the most is there's a lot of new names on their defense, and not just transfers, not just, bringing in a bunch of talent from other places. I mean, they're playing some young guys, and what you would say is typically, some juniors and seniors, due to COVID, but they're still playing a lot of guys that haven't had a ton of football experience, and especially defensively, man, it didn't matter. I mean, you're just seeing an insane amount of production, on the defensive side of the ball specifically. So I think even with somewhat of a quote unquote young roster, I think they're producing at a really, really high level.
Yeah, that makes them scary in the future for sure. So what would you say your keys to victory are here today?
They produce an insane amount of pressure. I mean, it is I can't say that truthfully in my entire coaching career that I've experienced a team that's 85% pressure. Wow. It's 85%. They're bringing 5 or more. So that's incredible, in terms of how much they're heating you up. They really, really rely, and again, credit to their coaches, they rely on a chaotic scheme to be able to produce a lot of defensive pressure, and it absolutely has. So they're only averaging giving up 60 yards a game on the ground. We've got to at least double that to be successful. The good thing for us, right, is that's if there's a strength we've had offensive, is we've been able to line up and run the ball. And that's something we expect to be able to do and have to be able to do, and line up and run the ball. We also have to protect Jake. They're averaging 3.5 sacks a game because of that pressure. So we've got to be able to, our primary focus is make sure we're on the ball. But obviously, any football game, you can't be completely one-dimensional. We're going to take some shots and have opportunities there. So we have to keep Jake upright when we do have that ability to do so. Defensively, we have to force them to be one-dimensional. I think if there's any struggle Cal has had this year, it's been to just kind of line up and run the ball. So we've got to take that away early, and we've got to make them be one-dimensional. But their quarterback is as good as we've seen. So he's a guy that we really have to put some different things in front of him. We got to heat him up, and we've got to make sure we're keeping him off balance and uncomfortable in order for us to be successful defensively. But you're seeing the number 1 and number 3 conferences in the defense, or number 1 and 3 defense in the conference. And actually, Cal used number 1 defense in the nation. So this will be a defensive battle. I mean, I expect this to be a absolute slugfest going in the fourth quarter. But I'm really excited about the way our guys prepared. And I think our biggest key, Dan, I mean, just being completely honest with you, will we carry the same confidence to win that we took up to Clarion down to California? And if we do, this team absolutely has the opportunity to step on that field and come home with a W.
Yeah, and obviously, I know you want to get off to a great start all the time, but coming off of a great week last week, going up against the 4th-ranked team in the country, how important will a quick start be? Or how I guess the question is, how long could it go in terms of having success in this game to get off to a great start?
Yeah, and I think this is what, I try to never really hide behind my thoughts to our players. Like, I try to be incredibly transparent. And I think the thing is, you look at this game, right? Like, I mean, I'd be lying to sit here and say we're not the underdog, right? Like, that's just, they're the 4th-ranked team in the country. We're Seton Hill at 4-4. So what goes into these games, right, is as you start playing these games, and the longer that this game is tight, the more they start to get, sometimes they feel that pressure, like, hang on a second, what is happening? Why is this game competitive, right? And honestly, we felt that in 19. I mean, at one point, that was a 7-point game in the fourth quarter, so we battled back, and it was a tight football game. And you could just see the longer that goes, the more we'll gain that belief, and they'll start to somewhat doubt that. So in terms of that fast start, it's absolutely critical to not just start fast, but also understand you're playing the 4th-ranked team in the country. Expecting to win, as I said, the very first part of this interview, means when things go wrong, you don't like, oh, it's over. You know what I mean? Like, that's critical. They're a really good team. They're going to make plays, right? But we got to just come right back and battle, and we'll put ourselves in position to be able to be successful.
Coach, as always, thank you so much for your time. I have to ask you one final question that has absolutely nothing to do with football. Yeah. Earlier this week, Seton Hill University announced that it would be starting an esports team at Seton Hill, and there's probably people out there going, what in the world is this guy talking about? You literally have teams, and I think there are over like 100 schools nationwide that have recruited actual players to basically play video games against other players in the nation from other colleges. This is a real thing, and Seton Hill has started this, and I think they're building a little arena,
their own room, locker room. I mean, it's a legit team.
It's a legit program. So my question is, do you have any eligibility left?
I don't know. I mean, I think back in my younger days, when Dad said you'll never make money playing video games. Well, maybe you can now.
I think you can. I think you can. And it was Coach May, right? That was at the top of the.
It was
top of the Madden universe. I talked with him a few weeks ago.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. We never thought we'd see something like this, right?
I think one shout out just to our university. I feel like part of what I love about Seton Hill is the tradition, the nostalgic feel on campus. At the same time, Seton Hill has always been incredible at not just keeping up with, but being ahead of the curve in terms of technology. I think it's another example of that, of being one of the first. You said 100, right? So you're talking nationwide.
Yeah.
One of the schools jumping in on this new trend that, to be honest, if you've paid attention to it, it's not going anywhere. It's only going to get bigger.
No. Yeah, it's hard for people. There's people out there that don't realize that there are literally tens of millions of viewers to these live streams for video games. So, think what you will, but that's what the case is. And Seton Hill, they know that, and that's why this program is being introduced. So something kind of cool to look forward to.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's a great addition to the university.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. I know this was a little bit strange doing it virtually here, the Dan and Dan show, but we got through it. People got to hear your voice, see your face, and now we get to watch Griffins football here coming up.
Your face, Dan. That's what they come for, man. That's what they come for.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Coach, hey, thank you so much for your time as always, and good luck today.
All right, thank you. Take care.
That is the Coach Dan Day Show, brought to you by State Farm agent Alex Hetrick in Murraysville. We will continue to count you down to kickoff with Griffins Game Day right here from Adamson Stadium on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
At Seton Hill Subaru, we believe that every dog deserves to have its day. And in honor of National Make It Dogs Day, Seton Hill Subaru will be donating $100 to Animal Friends of Westmoreland for each dog adopted during the month of October. And throughout October, Subaru Loves Pets Month, we encourage you to consider adopting one of the thousands of adoptable pets waiting for their forever homes and local animal shelters. They would love to meet you. Seton Hill Subaru. It all starts with the heart.
Welcome back to Adamson Stadium. Opening kickoff a couple of minutes early this afternoon. Griffins won the toss. They receive. They have the football. Saeko Noble with the return out to the 26-yard line. Alongside Roger Downs, I'm Dan Flickinger. Thank you so much for watching the pregame show presented by Sendell Motors and Griffins Game Day here on WSN. I want to thank, again, Marcus Weekland for his work on the camera here this afternoon as the Griffins go up against the number 4 ranked team in the country, the Cal U Vulcans.
Indeed, Dan. Quite a challenge in front of the Griffins, but that's why they play the game.
Handoff on the first play from scrimmage and nothing doing for Logan Weiland. No, I'm sorry, that was McGriff, Jaquan McGriff getting the first carry of the game. Dylan Boitos, as you hear, leading the defensive charge for California, coming in with a 7-0 record, 4-0 mark in the PSAC, and coming off of a victory against IUP in the Coal Bowl, as they call it, last week. Second down and 10, Jake McCormick getting the start once again at quarterback after Chris Jones handled the first portion of the season behind center this year for the Griffins. McCormick going to throw it on second down, and the pass is caught. That'll get the Griffins out to around the 34-yard line, and hauling that one in is Taro Gaither.
McCormick's pass is complete.
Gaither gets to his feet. It'll set up a third down and manageable for the Griffins. Gaither, the top receiver on this Seton Hill team, 30 catches, 402 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's going to be third and 3, Dan. Nice timing route there between McCormick and Gaither. Weiland is in at the running back position now, Dan.
So Weiland checks into the game. Kurt Atkins also in. Atkins missed a good portion of the season because of an injury. You heard Coach Day talking about getting him more involved in the offense. McCormick on third down and 3. Nothing there initially. Now he's going to try to run for it. Not going to get there.
McCormick with the quarterback keeper.
This Cal U team likes to get to the quarterback. They average 3 sacks per game, and they were able to not allow McCormick to get to that lead stick. And that'll bring up a fourth down for the Griffs.
Yeah, their leading tackler, Noah Dillo, in on the stop, number 30. We'll watch the replay here.
Yeah, that pressure. Great job tripping up McCormick was Gerald Brown. That's a name that I've called, I know, a lot over the years. He is one of the top players for this Vulcans defense. Brown tripped him up, and he had his teammates clean it up as Hunter Miller will get the punt away. And a fair catch will be called for and taken at the 30-yard line with a little bit of contact there. That fair catch by Jamal Martin, the defensive back for the Vulcans. So not the start the Griffins wanted here, Roger, but they do put their defense on the field, and they have been very good all season.
Yeah, they have, Dan. They are only allowing 15.5 points a game. However, the Cal U offense is with a sparkling, sterling 35 points a game. So we're going to see how this very, very potent offense stacks up against the Griffin defense.
12:40 mark of the first quarter. First offensive play for the Vulcans is a passing play to the far side of the field, and the pass is incomplete.
Mitchell's pass is incomplete.
Noah Mitchell, the quarterback for Cal U, looking for Tyson Hill. Those two have connected on a few passes over their respective careers. Very talented duo there, and Hill almost was able to snag that one.
Yeah, Tyson Hill, WPIL product out of Valley High School, New Kensington, PA.
Second down and 10 for the Vulcans. Mitchell working from the gun. We'll give you his numbers here in just a moment. He has thrown 17 touchdowns this season, just 4 interceptions. He's back to throw it again, and the pass is caught as leaping up to catch it is Derek Lockhart.
That's good for
that pass will go up to the
first
50-yard
down.
line and a first down for Cal U, who actually spotted at the Seton Hill 49.
Yeah, nice route. Lockhart with a great route, and he kind of knew where the ball was going to be. Number 20 for the Griffins on defense. DeMonte Pratt kind of lost sight of the ball.
Pratt leads this Seton Hill team with 3 interceptions, among the leaders in the PSAC. Lost track of the ball that time, though. Mitchell fakes the handoff, and the pass is off the fingertips and incomplete. Tayshawn Mack, the intended receiver, but Mack couldn't squeeze it, and that could have been disastrous for the Vulcans.
Indeed, it was a great route, Dan. Mack is very lucky, as you mentioned, that there was no Griffin in the immediate area to get that deflection. Mack's a pretty big receiver, 6'4", 200 pounds.
Yeah, look for that matchup here this afternoon as we are almost 3 minutes into the first half. We do apologize. Our score bug will not have the down and distance and the time. We'll continuously remind you of that as that slant pattern is caught first down for the Vulcans. They're moving the ball down the field as that one was hauled in by Jaquay Jackson. And it will be a first down. Jaquay Jackson, 44 catches, leading this Vulcans team.
Yeah, he's
538 yards and 6 touchdowns.
He's out of Sarah Catholic.
Yeah, California does a really good job of recruiting locally, the WPIAL, and they have a lot of Western Pennsylvania products on their team. Noah Mitchell this season has thrown, again, 17 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions. 2,245 yards through the air as the first running play will go nowhere. And that's something that Dan Day and this Seton Hill coaching staff talks about a lot. We control the running game. We control the offense. They want to do anything that they can in order to control the running game, and they're able to there as that'll bring up a second down and 10, no gain.
Yeah, nice job there by Jaden Mack and Jalen McDuffie on the stop for no gain.
Noah Mitchell averaging 320 passing yards per game, his long 72 on the season. Mitchell back there in the shotgun.
Mitchell, only a junior out of Euclid, Ohio.
Takes the snap, not much pressure, gets the ball out of there quickly, a little bit too quick as Tyson Hill was the intended target on the far side. He'll set up a third down and 10 with 10:48 on the first quarter clock. The last time these teams played, it was here at Adamson Stadium in 2019. Seton Hill trailed 21-0 after 3 quarters, but they scored twice in the fourth quarter to make things interesting. Unfortunately, the Vulcans would win the game 28-14. That season, the Griffins ran for negative 13 yards against Cal, but Ryan Barabee, who's now on the coaching staff, threw for 244. So kept Seton Hill in the game. Third down and 10 from the Seton Hill 33. Mitchell was back, rushing 3 of the Griffins, and now Mitchell takes off, and he's going to have a first down as he crosses the 20-yard line. So Noah Mitchell didn't waste any time there, Roger. He said, I'm taking off. I see something. I see a crease, and he picks up the first down to the 20 for a pickup of 13.
Correct, Dan. Just no hesitation on Noah Mitchell's part. We'll watch the run here on the replay. Noah Mitchell, 6'4", 220 pounds. He's not a little quarterback.
Griffins looked like they may have had a spy on him, Jaden Mack, but Mack still wasn't able to track him down before he picked up 13. Actually give him 14 yards down to the 19-yard line. Mitchell again going to throw it. Pocket breaking down, drops it off over the middle underneath the Lockhart. Lockhart makes a move, and he gets a first down inside the 10-yard line down to the 5.
That's good for another Vulcans.
So Lockhart dancing his way for a good gain. 19 catches on the season, 369 yards for Lockhart.
Yeah, we'll watch Lockhart here. Jaden Emberton Gaines not being able to secure the tackle.
Vulcans from the 5.
So we'll go 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Seton Hill, if you tuned in late, started the football game with a 3-and-out. Could not convert a 3rd down and 3. And now a single back formation here with Kyle Brunson, the running back, behind the quarterback, Mitchell. Mitchell takes the high snap. He's going to throw it here to the near side, and the pass is incomplete, broken up on a great defensive play by the Griffins' Cartier Gray.
Cartier Gray's a redshirt freshman out of New Jersey. Was a nice defensive play.
Tyson Hill nearly pulled this one in, Roger. He had it right here, boom. And ball moving a little bit, but Gray did a nice job of making sure he wasn't going to be able to make a circus catch.
Yeah, that's repetitions in practice by Cartier Gray, being able to keep that hand in there and deflecting it away from the grasp.
Second down and goal from the 5. 2 wide receivers set to the left. A couple of wings to the left as well. Again going to throw, and the pass is incomplete, and they're going to throw a flag on.
We got a flag on the play.
Looks like Seiko Noble.
Yep.
Now he wrapped his hands around the receiver, but I would argue that ball was uncatchable, but you hear difference of opinions on that. Does uncatchable really matter?
Well, certainly you would think the ball is not catchable, but of course the offense of the Vulcans right now said, of course he couldn't catch it. He was being held.
Pass interference. Defense, number 2.
That really is that's a tough penalty to take there for Noble, because I think he was in good position, and I don't think there was any way he would have caught it here. Look, right here, just let it go. He's not catching that.
It didn't even land in the field of play.
Oh, my. Not that Noble knew where the ball exactly was going to land, but that's a tough penalty to take for the Griffins. First down and goal from the 2. Brunson's only had 1 carry so far on this drive. It's been all Mitchell throwing the football and scampering. And again, he's going to throw the football. Despite pressure, gets it out of there, incomplete. Wide open in the end zone was number 22, Ian Edenfield. He's the tight end, but because of the pressure, he had to let that one fly early.
Yeah, Ian Edenfield, 6'6", 240 out of Laurel Highlands High School. And I think that Noah Mitchell would love to have this throw back if he possibly could.
You had Noble, looks like, coming off the edge to apply that pressure. Second down and goal, 9:21 on the clock here in the first quarter, no score. First drive of the game for the Vulcans. Mitchell from the shotgun, again going to toss it to the end zone. It's caught for the touchdown. Going up to get it is Derek Lockhart. And that is Lockhart's 5th touchdown of the season, and the Vulcans take the lead 6-0.
Yeah, Lockhart out of South Allegheny High School, the Gladiators. He too with good size, 6'2", 220. Got a lot of big receivers here for this Vulcan squad.
Now, obviously, the game plan for this Vulcans offense, throw the football. And they took a bunch of shots to the end zone. One finally worked, and you give them credit for sticking with it.
Well, you know what? The Griffins throughout this season so far have only been permitting about 103 yards per game.
East Coast kick is up. And
so,
good. 9:17.
but as far as passing goes, they've been giving up 214 yards.
Might go with the extra point. It is 7-0 in favor of the Vulcans here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. We're live from Adamson Stadium.
This is how far we'll go to treat heart, lung, and vascular disease. 15 millimeters. At Excella Health, we believe less can be more. That's why we use minimally invasive surgery in the treatment of coronary artery disease, heart valve repair and replacement, lung cancer, and conditions of the peripheral arteries. For our patients, that means less blood loss, less post-operative pain, and a faster recovery. It means that a disease process that took decades to develop can, in a few hours, be reversed. And for us, it means providing the most advanced and sophisticated care for patients in our region. The Heart, Lung, and Vascular Institute at Excella Health. Expert care here.
Two-yard touchdown pass. Noah Mitchell getting the Vulcans on the board. That pass interference penalty turning out to be certainly something that the Griffins would like to have back, but not to be, as we have a fumble carry on the return for the Griffins. Vulcans come out with it, but let's see what the call is officially. Officials have not made a signal yet. They're still talking here. Oh, they say it's Cal U ball.
Yeah, 29, Rafiq Hilliard, freshman defensive back on the kickoff team, coming out with that ball, number 29.
Darnell Carey fumbles the football. That is something, folks, that you absolutely 100% cannot do against the 4th-ranked team in the country. And now you have your defense right back on the field with California at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, I would not be a bit surprised right now if Noah Mitchell doesn't take a shot into the end zone, Dan. I would think that maybe here on senior day they're going to try to get Tyson Hill an additional touchdown throughout this season.
Looks like Richie Sykes is in the backfield now on 1st down and 10 from the Seton Hill 19, 9-10 on the clock. They'll go with a little trickery here as Lockhart will take it over the right side. Big gain for him as he runs down inside Seton Hill territory to around the 4-yard line. Give him a pickup of about 15.
What a really, really nice job of blocking on the perimeter there by the Vulcans. On the right side of their offense.
Sorry, Roger. They'll spot him down at the 7. Out of bounds, I should say. So it's a 1st down and goal from that point. Vulcans moving quickly. Mitchell with Sykes to his right. And now a little check with me by Mitchell. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Noah takes the snap, looks left, fires left, pass caught, touchdown. He connects with Jaquay Jackson that time. And the Vulcans score again after the fumble. And that's a staple of a good team, Roger. You get the turnover, right into the end zone it goes.
Absolutely, Dan. And this was a very, very well-thrown ball by Mitchell. We'll watch Jaquay Jackson. He's there in the middle as the middle receiver. Going to cut a little bit of a pick route there, but
He could have attempt the extra point.
But I thought that the wide receiver out of Ligonier, Pennsylvania, Jackson Doherty, did a nice job of call it a pick, call it a screen, but he provided a lane for Jackson to receive the ball.
Anthony Beatko with the extra point, and it is good.
And
he is just a freshman for the Vulcans. 8:26 remaining in this first quarter, and not the start the Griffins wanted. They trail 14-0 here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. We'll be back to Adamson Stadium after this.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Dr. Scott Learn and his dental team have been caring for the community for over 20 years. Dr. Learn offers a wide variety of dental services, including oral exams, gingivitis treatments, crowns, veneers, and more. He even makes custom sports mouth guards. Call 724-537-3314 or visit scottelearndmd.com. Dr. Scott Learn General and Cosmetic Dentistry in Latrobe, giving you the confidence to enjoy your smile.
Moving quickly here at Adamson Stadium, Darnell Carey back on the field. This time he holds on to the football and returns it out to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, Carey out of West Mifflin. And right now, Dan, it is absolutely vital that the Griffins maintain possession of the ball and get some kind of points on the board.
I agree. You'd like to see the defense maybe hold them to a field goal there. Wasn't able to happen. Now the offense must do something. Here's Logan Weiland slipping through a small crack as he runs it out to the 25-yard line for a pickup of 3, but a better tackle by Nazir Taylor from his defensive back spot, 2nd down.
Yeah, Logan Weiland, redshirt senior, multi-sport athlete at Seton Hill University, and I'm sure the Vulcans are very, very much aware of what he can do and his statistics coming into today's game.
Yeah, we saw Jaquan McGriff on the first drive that went 3 plays get a handoff. Logan Weiland second in the PSAC in rushing. He averages 5 yards a carry. 872 yards on 174 carries and 8 touchdowns. Had 3 of them last week in the first half. Flag on the play as that pass is low and incomplete. Taking a hard hit is Atkins.
There is a flag on the play.
See what the flag is all about here. I want to congratulate the Seton Hill women's soccer team. Got a win earlier today against IUP, 1-0 on the road. So we have an illegal shift call.
Prior to left tackle being set. Left penalty decline. Third down.
All right, so they'll take the result of the incomplete pass.
Third down and 7.
Yeah, right now the pass protection of the Griffins, McCormick not having a lot of time.
The initial Super Region 1 rankings were released on Monday. PSAC featuring 5 teams in the rankings, 3 from the West. And of course, one of those, the Vulcans, slotted 4th in the rankings. Only one of 2 undefeated teams in this region. And of course, number 4 in the country. Third down and 7, McCormick with a free rusher, throws, and the pass is picked off, and that's going to go for 6.
Touchdown!
Jamal Martin Jr. takes it to the house, and it's 20-0, just like that.
Yeah, nice read by Jamal Martin Jr., Dan.
Looks like we have a celebration penalty as well, Roger.
Very, very long throw from, in this case, basically the right hash, all the way across the field to the Griffin bench. That is a long, long throw. We'll watch it here, right from the hash. Throw, very, very long.
There is a
pressure was coming from Matt Tobey from his linebacker spot, which I think forced him to maybe get rid of that before he wanted to. And Dan Day talked about it. You know, Cal U is one of those defenses that likes to cause havoc on defense. They like to bring the heat. They like to heat you up, as Dan was saying. And, you know, you looked at Tobey right there. We'll take one more look at it. He started in like the middle of the field, and then he moved right as the ball was snapped, and the Seton Hill offensive line allowed him to come through free, and he got a little bit of a hit there on McCormick, and he throws the pick 6.
Yeah, not a lot of good communication there amongst the offensive linemen. Free rusher coming in. McCormick, although he threw the pick, did a nice job just getting rid of the football.
Number 30.
So an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Vulcans.
We spoke of the Griffins needing to possess the ball and get some points on that drive. That did not happen.
Okay, Roger, I just wanted to get the explanation there.
I missed it. I should have been quiet. My apologies to our referee today.
What do you think Tracy would say?
She would say you talk
Your
too
loving
much.
wife.
Yes.
That's all right. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah, you know what? I was hoping for the Griffins to respond in a much better fashion. Now it's going to become a mind game for the Griffins. Like, okay,
go to attempt the extra point.
If this extra point is good, we'll be down 21-0. Bite go from McKeesport High School.
Yeah, we saw them last night, or at least I did. You were at the Hempfield-Norwin game. Kick is on in the way, and it's good. So the extra point by Beatco will make it 21-0. Wow. The blink of an eye. 7:26 to play here in the first quarter. 21-0 Vulcans on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Your next golf adventure awaits at Manor Valley Golf Course in Export. Manor Valley offers 18 scenic holes over gentle sloping fairways and the purest putting surfaces around. Manor Valley Golf Course in Export is the perfect place to host your next golf outing, banquet party, or shower. Manor Valley also offers league play and great membership rates. Tee times available. Call 724-744-4242. Visit ManorValleyGC.com.
It's not just a home or a car. It's the 6 months you save for your Ultra HD flat screen, just in time for football season, and the overtime you worked for that third car, so your teen can drive himself to practice. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or combo, State Farm agent Alex Hetrick sees your home and car as things you work really hard for. Alex understands what your things really mean to you. Talk to State Farm agent Alex Hetrick in Murraysville for your home and auto insurance today.
Because of the personal foul penalty, the Griffins will get their best offensive starting field position as Carey will bring it. Now a flag comes in late here.
There is a flag on the play.
Well, there was a bit of a skirmish near the Vulcan bench around the 35-yard line.
I don't know if we'll see it on the replay or not, Roger.
But the flag was 17 yards away from that play. We'll see what the call's going to be.
See on the top of the screen.
Blocking the back?
Maybe. It's a pretty athletic move by the Griffin there to get back to his feet, but he may have committed the penalty.
That's a frustration.
Legal block in the back. Receiving team, number 96.
Well,
Penalty. First down.
and they're going to get, looks like Parker Lyons.
No, that's Pete Billy out of.
Or I'm sorry, Pete Billy. I'm looking
out of Mount Pleasant,
Pete Billy,
freshman.
Griffins from the 25.
Yeah, Billy, I think on the last kickoff
There was
a little
bit of
something was going on
chippiness
there.
indeed.
And Pete, we saw him play at Mount Pleasant. He's one of those emotional type kids, physical, but that's not a penalty you can take. Listen, you're in a 21-0 hole. Cal U gets the celebration penalty. Now you have a chance to get some good field position, but instead of starting at the 35, the Griffins start at the 25-yard line.
That takes care. The penalties kind of offset in this situation.
Yeah. McCormick from the gun. The handoff goes to Weiland, and Weiland tries to get through a small hole on the left side, not really able to do so as they were able to close that down. Matt Toby again, who brought the heat on that pick six.
Yeah, Toby from Central Bucks.
Second down and 9.
1 yard pickup, second down and 9.
Central Bucks South.
Sorry, Roger. And now the issue is the passing game is not Seton Hill's strength. It just isn't. Now, can you run the football? There's still a lot of time left, so you're going to have to do that because that's your strength. But if Cal U can shut down the run, that makes it even harder. And McCormick drops the snap, and who's going to get on it here? Vulcan saying that they have it.
Could be Toby, number 47 at the bottom.
Toby is in there, and they do. My gosh. And we have a Griffin down. Well, trying to get to his feet. That looks like it's Chris Bethet. Or no, I'm sorry. That's Zachary Kintner. Seton Hill training staff out looking at him. My gosh. Problem with the snap and the exchange here. I think the snap was good. Let's check it out here. No, the snap wasn't great. It didn't get back to him very quickly, Roger, but that's one McCormick should have.
Yep.
That may have thrown off the whole timing of the play, though, the fact that the snap wasn't really zipped back to him. Either way, the Griffins turn it over again.
Yeah, execution, very, very important, Dan. And right now, in the first quarter with 6:41 remaining, the Griffins, and we alluded to this in the pregame show, cannot become their own worst enemy, and that is indeed what has happened here today.
Zach Kittner, 6'3", 295-pound tackle from Vestal, New York, the redshirt junior, still down. Don't forget, every Monday on WestmorelandSports.com, you can relive the past week in Seton Hill athletics with our Griffin Sports Update. Read the latest Seton Hill news, game recaps on all the Griffin fall sports, including football, men's and women's soccer, women's volleyball, field hockey, and cross country. Stay up to date on shoe athletics in our Griffin Sports Update every Monday on WestmorelandSports.com. You can also check out the latest scores from, of course, all of our high schools in Westmoreland County, but all Seton Hill games as well on our scores page by heading to westmorelandsports.com/scores.
Yeah, Dan, Vestal, New York, also the hometown of Logan Weiland.
Mm-hmm.
Lights coming on here at Adamson Stadium.
And that's not looking.
Brought down by Pratt.
Vulcans with the football. We apologize. Got knocked off temporarily there.
Yeah, Mitchell's pass complete.
Lockhart with the catch.
Yeah, to Lockhart. Pratt with the stop.
6:13 and counting first quarter. What a start for Noah Mitchell and this Vulcans team. Eric McCann now checks in, redshirt freshman. He is in the backfield with Noah Mitchell. Cal U 7-0, Seton Hill 4-4, and what a start for the Vulcans. Mitchell quickly gets one out of there to the near side. It's through the hands of Lockhart. 6'2 junior out of Liberty, Pennsylvania, South Allegheny. South Allegheny with a big win yesterday over the Mount Pleasant Vikings.
Yeah, indeed it was, Dan. We talked in the pregame, Dan, about carryover versus hangover. And right now it appears the Griffins do indeed have a hangover from that 49-0 win against Clarion, and this Cal Vulcan team is having carryover after their last-second victory over IUP.
Yeah, you would have liked to see, of course, if you're a Griffins fan, for maybe it to go the opposite way. You know, Seton Hill riding high, Cal U maybe coming off an emotional win, maybe, not all there today, but 21-0 tells the story as Tyson Hill will pick up a first down, as that will go for about 6 yards down to the 15-yard line with 5:43 on the moving clock.
Yeah, Pratt once again with the stop, but I'm kind of impressed with the accuracy of the junior quarterback, Noah Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell, again, solid throughout his career. He is now a junior. McCann remains in the backfield with Noah Mitchell, 4 wide receivers. Vulcans have not run the ball very often at all today, just a few times. Mitchell takes the snap, being pressured late. He gets away the pass near the goal line, touchdown. This goes to Derek Lockhart as Mitchell is able to sneak that one in there. It's 27-0.
Yeah, just another solid throw. Nice route by all of the receivers for the Vulcans. We'll have to see if they ran that same kind of a pick route, Dan.
Yeah, you mentioned Doherty earlier.
Doherty's coming across the middle. We can't see the shot on the screen, but Lockhart with a nice job, nice hands on that reception.
Beat the coverage of Cartier Gray, the redshirt freshman.
Beatco to attempt the extra point.
Beatco has been busy, folks. This is his 4th extra point of the first quarter, and he is able to boot it through. So the Griffins with 2 turnovers. The Vulcans turn it into points. 28-0 in favor of the Vulcans. We rejoin you after this from Adamson Stadium.
Choosing an early childhood development program is a big decision, and Seton Hill University is here to help. At Seton Hill's Child Development Center, your 3, 4, or 5-year-old will have fun while developing social skills, self-confidence, and creating a foundation for learning. Here, we foster a mastery of life skills that will prepare your child for success in any endeavor. Learn more about the Seton Hill University Child Development Center by visiting setonhill.edu/childdevelopment.
Hi, my name is Tyler Zimmer, owner of Alpha Leap Performance and Fitness, located in Export. We are a 7,000 square foot sports performance and fitness facility, and we offer 24/7 open gym memberships, small group training, sports performance training, and we also have a group fitness class. You have an hour with me, but how can I impact these kids when they leave my facility? How can I make them happier, stronger mentally, stronger physically, stronger spiritually to take on what the world and these people throw at you? If you dominate the little things in life, you're going to dominate the big things. It's very apparent.
They're really moving quickly here at Adamson Stadium. We apologize, have to get our commercials in. A little bit of miscommunication with Seton Hill's kick returners, and now Seton Hill will have the football at its own 9-yard line.
Yeah, once again, Dan, just imploding, and that's the word I used in the pregame show as well. And it is certainly happening here in quarter number 1 with 5:06 remaining.
Logan Weiland off the right side finds a hole and looks like he has a first down run as he will run it out to the 20-yard line. That'll be good for a pickup of 12 yards. And you look at this Seton Hill team, Roger, they're not this bad, but this is probably the worst start, has to be the worst start we've seen all year.
Yep, indeed.
Even the game that they lost against Slippery Rock, which I'd say is the only lopsided loss they've had all year, they actually took the lead against the Rock 7-0 early. And the Vulcans are good, but there's more going on right now. Seton Hill just unforced errors a few times. Turnovers, Vulcans turning it into points, as taking off with the football will be the quarterback McCormick, as he will run for another first down.
Nice job by McCormick.
Seton Hill with 3 turnovers here in the first quarter. 1 on special teams, 1 goes for a touchdown on the interception, and then also a fumble. Not sure who they gave the fumble to, maybe McCormick on the poor snap, and then the fumble that resulted in points as well. Out to the 33-yard line, Griffins do pick up a couple of first downs on this drive. McCormick takes the snap, quick handoff to Weiland. Nice little shoulder shake, and Logan will run the football out to the 39-yard line for a pickup of 6 yards. Well, Logan Weiland, certainly one of the leaders on this team, kind of does it by example, but that's the way he goes, and he certainly does show a good example because he runs hard every time he has the football, does the 5'10 redshirt senior from Vestal.
Yeah, he certainly does, Dan. And that's what you like to see, and that's what Coach Day and his staff must really see from their young men today. Not playing well in quarter number 1. How do you respond? You can't give in. You got to keep fighting through it, whatever it happens to be.
2nd down and 4 from the 39-yard line of Seton Hill. 5 seconds on the play clock. They'll reposition Weiland to the right. Cal U showing blitz. Here's a quick out here on a toss to Logan Weiland, and he looks like he has enough for the first down as he runs it out to the 45-yard line. Needed 4 and picks up 6. But if you're the Vulcans right now, you have a 4-score lead, so if Seton Hill's going to get down the field, make them work for it. I think that's the case. Just don't let anything behind you. And it's funny you say that this early in the game, but that's kind of where we're at, 2:49 on the clock.
Yeah, we are, Dan. And you know what? They're going to give up. They're going to give up those little throws, as you said. Then they'll just rally to the football.
Looked like one of the Vulcans may have jumped on the far side, but officials keep the flags in the pockets. That's Israel Xavier, the 6'3 linebacker.
Once again, Griffin's running the play clock way down.
Down to 3 seconds. Down to 2. McCormick calling for the ball, and he finally gets it. No flags on the field as he will flip one to the far side of the field. This is Kurt Atkins getting some good yak yardage after catch.
Atkins with the
reception. 5'9 redshirt senior out of Washington, Pennsylvania, so a local product. And we also have a flag on the far side of the field.
Little Prexy.
Wash High, a good football program over the years.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 30.
All right, so they'll tack on 15 yards. And again, the auto first down for the Griffs.
Right now, Dan, I have noticed that the Vulcans have been substituting quite liberally on defense, linemen and linebackers. Keeping everybody fresh, keeping everybody ready to go, because they have a, schedule to continue with, and then ultimately possibly the playoff situation.
Dan Day thought that Kurt Atkins may be out for the season, but he came back a couple of weeks ago. He has 7 catches in his last 2 games. Nice to see him back in a Griffins uniform. Oh, what a grab on the far side of the field. He hung on to they'll say it's incomplete. Taro Gaither nearly made an incredible acrobatic catch near the sideline. The official says, though, he was juggling it as he went out of bounds.
Another missed opportunity there. We'll watch the replay. Down. Nice throw by McCormick.
Yeah, he put it only where Gaither could make the catch. It's going to be tough, I think, for us to see because of the defensive back Taylor kind of shielding our view of it. But with looking at it from up here, it looked good. But
yeah,
obviously Taylor was in the
out
way.
Of Woodland Hills, not giving up on the play. Ooh.
Nice defensive work there as Weiland gets spilled down after a no gain. And another flag comes up here.
Dillo on the stop. There is
that was Dillo shooting through to cut him down. Marker was thrown on the far side.
Sideline warning, possibly?
Official coming over. You see Dan Day there in the background.
Seton Hill is an issue. Your first sideline warning.
Okay. Usually you don't see that happen immediately. Usually it's after a play or something, but official kind of threw it quick. Nice job by number 30. You see him knifing in there. Noah Dillo, linebacker out of Chestnut Ridge High School, Alum Bank, Pennsylvania. Roger, have you ever been to Alum Bank?
Not that I'm aware of. I do know where Chestnut Ridge High School is in New Paris, Pennsylvania.
Do you do any banking at Alum Bank?
Look out.
Huge hit.
Pass is incomplete.
There wasn't a receiver in the area, but my gosh, laying the lumber was Marvin Maddox, number 7. Also, it was Kayvon Mormon back there, too.
Yeah, number 5, Mormon out of Montour. Tell you what, the Vulcans have been very, very successful moving their linebackers around, stepping them up to the line of scrimmage, hesitating to count, and coming in off the corner.
It was Mormon that got the whack on McCormick. 4th down and 11. Griffins going for it here at the 33. McCormick steps back, steps up, throws to the right. Pass is dropped. Oh, would have had the first down, but John Makel dropped it. Had a lot of room to run after the catch. And Roger, you wonder if maybe Makel tried to turn upfield a little bit too quickly.
Yeah, we're going to see if perhaps he probably should have secured the ball. Let's see who the defender was that flashed right in front of him.
Yeah, that could have been. Yeah, I don't know if that threw off his eyesight or not, but if he catches that, he easily has.
That's Dillo once again.
Linebacker out on a receiver there, and again, that may have got in his eyesight, line of sight, and maybe that's why he dropped the football, not sure. 1:21 remaining here. Mitchell still going to the air after the rollout, and he throws it right on the money. Yes, sir. That's a good catch for Jaquay Jackson.
We'll see if our producer has a replay on that one, Dan, but I'll tell you what, nice timing, nice concentration by Jackson, nice feet as well.
Turns his shoulder, squares his shoulders up, and throws it right on the money to Jackson. That is
not a lot you can do with that one if you're the defensive back.
I mean, that's a good quarterback, a good receiver, just a great hookup there for the Vulcans, and it's one of the reasons they are where they are this season. And we now have a timeout that will be taken by California, and that will be their first charged timeout. The WPIAL will be releasing playoff brackets tonight at 6 o'clock. This is the first year, Roger, I know you've coached for a long time. Do you ever remember them doing anything but Monday, releasing it on Monday?
No, Monday we always had to take sometimes film back in the day, or videotapes to the meeting on Monday night, which usually happened in Greentree, Pennsylvania at WPIL headquarters or at one of the local motel establishments. And then you found out that, let's say you were Greater Latrobe, you found out you were going to play maybe Moon. Coaches got together, here's a couple of tapes, this, that, and the other thing. And then you went and prepared.
The WPIL this year, though, said we're going to release them on Saturday, and COVID had something to do with that. They can't have the big meeting like they always have. They didn't have it last year either, but you're right, the big meeting in Greentree. So they're releasing them virtually tonight at 6 o'clock, and we will be tweeting out the first-round pairings for all of the Westmoreland County teams as Isaiah Cameron gets his first carry of the game. He is also a local product out of Gateway. The Gators will be in the WPIL postseason.
Yeah, tackled by Jaden Emberton Gaines, and he's out of Mater Dei High School, Lemon Grove, California. Very historic and storied program there from Mater Dei.
I think Cal U is just going to let the first quarter come to an end here as we have 14 seconds on the clock. What a first quarter it was for Cal U, and what a, let's be frank about it, terrible first quarter for the Griffins.
Yep.
Isaiah Cameron, by the way, just his 11th carry of the season right there for 2 yards. We'll have a 2nd down and 8 for the Vulcans when we continue. It's the end of the first quarter on the Westmoreland Sports Network. We'll be back to Adamson Stadium after this.
The Westmoreland Sports Network is available on social media. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and like our page on Facebook for the latest Westmoreland County sports news, WSN broadcast links, scores, game stories, videos, pictures, and much, much more. Also be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for archived interviews and broadcast highlights. The Westmoreland Sports Network is available whenever and however you want it.
You're always on the winning team with Bowser Chevrolet of Monroeville and Bowser Chevrolet Chippewa. Visit BowserChevrolet.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get the power of Bowser in your hands. With the new Chevy vehicles arriving weekly, reserve yours now at Bowser Chevrolet. See the full lineup of Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs at BowserChevrolet.com. Bowser Chevrolet, where the power of Bowser is yours.
Start of the second quarter here on WSN with Roger Downs. I'm Dan Flickinger. 2nd down and 8, and Mitchell finally will get to, and he gets taken down. Did the ball come out or not? It did not. Officials say that he was down if the ball did trickle out, but the Griffins finally get a sack, and it's Dio DeSua, the 6'1 junior.
Loss of 6.
Yeah, out of Newark, New Jersey, Desua just relentless, kind of manhandles the offensive lineman. 71 there.
Yeah, he did. That was a great rush. That was Sam Rothstein, a senior, on that offensive line for the Vulcans.
Best defensive play of the day for the Griffins, without a doubt.
Loss of back to the 45-yard line. It's 3rd down and long, and more pressure on Mitchell. He gets the pass away. It's incomplete. That was McDuffie that time coming with the pressure, and the Griffins will force the first punt from the Vulcans today.
Okay, indeed, they're going to punt the ball, Dan, but right now you got to field the ball correctly. Getting a little much darker here in California, Pennsylvania. As we said, the lights have been turned on. It's cold, it's windy, and hopefully there's not too much precipitation coming out of the sky. But here we go. 4th down and 16 for Cal.
Beatko also the punter for the Vulcans. From the 35-yard line, the punt is away, and it's a pretty good one back to Atkins inside the 10-yard line. Atkins takes the football, crosses the 10, and over the 20-yard line. He gets taken down at around the 22, so a pretty good return there for Kurt Atkins. Of course, the top returner for the Griffins this year was supposed to be Michael Alardo, but he was injured early in the season. And I actually asked Dan Day off the air because the coaches were hopeful that Alardo would be back maybe for the final game of the year, trying to get him in and allow him to maybe run a couple of routes and allow him, to go out the right way, that kind of thing. But I don't know. They're still hopeful, but they're not expecting it, let's put it that way. But they are expecting him maybe to play at the next level in the Canadian League or something. That's what they're kind of focused to try to get him there.
Yep, Alardo out of Syosset, New York.
How about this upset? Edinburgh 21, IUP 17 final. The Fighting Scots beat the Crimson Hawks.
Well, we're talking hangover, carryover once again.
Quick pass caught, and that will go for about 6 yards.
I know I've used that term a couple times this afternoon, Dan, but maybe that loss was more devastating on IUP than anyone could have imagined against Cal.
Pickup of 7 to Atkins, 2nd down and 3 at the Griffins' 27-yard line. Cormac calling for the ball. Now he looks to the sideline. Dan Casimir, the 6'3 tight end, into the game. He's out of East Allegheny High School, and our friend Dom Pecora, the head coach there.
Yeah. Dom's Pizzeria, Cavett Avenue in Trafford.
That's right. We'll give him a plug. Here's a pitch to the left. Hard running here for Logan Weiland and busts through to the 40. And Weiland with a stiff arm goes out of bounds at around the 41-yard line and moves the sticks.
Yeah. So far, as we've gotten into quarter number 2, Griffin's getting into just a little bit of a rhythm, doing things that they probably would have liked to have done to start the game.
Good blocking downfield for the Griffins, able to get through that small crease is Logan Weiland. Again, the second leading rusher in the PSAC and the workhorse for the Griffins, even though we did see Jaquan McGriff early. McGriff's been dealing with some injuries this year. I don't know that the plan was to have Logan Weiland be your workhorse this year because the Griffins had some depth at running back, but Valentino got injured early in the season. He's been out, and McGriff's been in and out of the lineup with injuries, so Logan has taken over and really has stabilized the running back position as we have a delay of game on the Griffs. Or do we? Wait a second.
There are too many men on the field.
Official coming in talking to the referee.
It did, okay.
Okay, timeout will be taken by the Griffins. So they do get that timeout in. But how about that big upset? The Fighting Scots beating the Crimson Hawks 21-17.
That's just mind-boggling because
nice job, Charity.
As we were looking at the records prior to today's game, Edinburgh had one win coming in, beat Seton Hill.
Yeah.
And
that's one the Griffins will say we should have won.
Yes.
They didn't, but.
Yeah, they lost to Edinburgh 17-7, and now that Edinburgh team, a little bit of momentum.
Other scores in the PSAC today, final scores, Gannon loses to Slippery Rock 63-21. Mercyhurst tops Clarion 38-20, and Kutztown with a 30-7 victory over the Millersville Marauders here on this Saturday. You take a look at the standings coming into today's action in the PSAC West.
Tell you what, Dan, next week at Slippery Rock, the Vulcans will be there. Should be one heck of a game.
Usually is anyway. Play action fake. McCormick's going to take a shot, and Gaither was getting hit from behind and no flag. And I don't know how you don't throw a flag there. I was looking down at Gaither running down the field. He got hit from behind. There is a flag, but it's not in the defensive backfield. The flag, you see, was dropped at around the 40, and an illegal shift.
You know what? That's the second time that has happened.
I don't know if you'll see it on the replay. Gaither right there.
Yeah, he's being held.
Tugged. And I don't know how you missed that, to be honest. Nazir Taylor was beaten. I think he knew it. And obviously in college football, you take the 15-yard penalty as opposed to a long touchdown, and the officials flat out missed it. That, had they called that penalty, it would have offset the illegal shift, and we'd have a first down and 10. Instead, it's first down and 15. 12:27 remaining here in the second quarter. 28-0 lead for the Vulcans. All 4 touchdowns coming in the first quarter. We'll recap them for you here in just a second after this play. McCormick with 4 wide receivers. Instead, the draw handoff will go to Wineland. He gets the penalty yardage back as he is able to shed a tackler and get up to the 41-yard line for a pickup of 5 yards. Derek Lockhart, 2-yard touchdown catch from Noah Mitchell put the Vulcans on the board 7-0. Jaquay Jackson, 7-yard catch from Mitchell. And then Martin with his 27-yard interception return, 21-0. And then Derek Lockhart, his second touchdown catch of the first quarter from Noah Mitchell. So, Roger, you look at the touchdowns, they were basically in a 4-minute span, all 4 touchdowns in 4 minutes for the Vulcans. My gosh. Give him 6, second down and 9. Quick pass here to the near side, incomplete. He was looking for Taro Gaither, and roaming around there was Mormon for the Vulcans.
You know, once again, McCormick getting a little bit lucky on that delivery.
Yeah, that looked kind of scary when he tossed it.
Yeah, Mormon's just lurking over there.
It's 3rd down and 9.
And went to the sideline.
Mormon, as we mentioned, from Pittsburgh, Montour area high school. 3rd and 9.
Griffins with 4 wide. 11:46 on the stop clock now.
Blitz.
Good pickup, though, and McCormick will throw into actually double coverage. There were 3 Vulcans over there, 2 Griffins over there as well. Either way, the pass is incomplete off the hands of Mormon.
Yeah, once again, Mormon timing things up, and that time maybe the ball was just a little bit high, but nonetheless, he had great coverage coming up.
You see that guy underneath there, Roger. I think that was Noah Dillo. I mean, I don't know what Jake was looking at there.
Yeah, that was certainly no one was open on any of those routes. Hunter the punter.
And Miller's punt, not a great one. It'll be handled at around the 28-yard line on the fair catch, and that will bring the Vulcans offense back on to the field.
Yeah, Jamal Martin fielded that one. He out of Academy Prep, South Philadelphia.
A little earlier, we were having a connection issue, so if the folks didn't hear it out there, again, I want to congratulate Seton Hill senior Sydney Wolf. She captured the first ever PSAC Women's Cross Country Championship in school history. That happened 8 days ago, so congratulations to Sydney. Captured gold at the conference championships at Kutztown University. Finished the 6K course time 22:23.8, and that was pretty cool to see. The Griffins actually, the women's cross-country team, finished second, and I think that was their highest finish ever in the PSAC championships. Roger, if you ran a 6K course, what would your time be, you think? So hers was 22 minutes.
6K, it's close to 8 miles. Oh, not probably day and a half.
I was going to say, I would probably just sit that one out.
Can I do it on a bike?
Second down and 3.
A motorized bike.
And keeping it himself on the read option is Mitchell as he takes a hard kiss, but picks up the first down to the 40.
I'll tell you what a great read by Mitchell, keeping it to the very, very last moment.
Yeah, that's
First and 10 Vulcans from the 40.
That's an experienced player right there in Mitchell. Took a decently hard hit by Jaden Emberton Gaines, but he fell forward and picks up the first down.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, Mitchell's a 6'4", 225-pound quarterback.
10:28 on the moving clock. First down and 10 from the 40-yard line of Cal U. Mitchell wants to throw it one more time, throws it over the middle to nobody. The closest Vulcan was Derek Lockhart, who he has connected with twice on touchdown passes today.
Yeah, Cartier-Gray again in the area. So right now, Dan, even though it appears Cal's not moving the ball, what I think they are doing in this possession, they're giving Slippery Rock a lot of different looks to prepare for next week.
Mitchell was named the Cole Bowl MVP last week against IUP, threw for 359 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's now second in school history with over 7,400 passing yards, and he's only a junior, folks. Nice play defensively on the far side as that pass was intended for Lockhart.
Gray once again.
Knocked away by Cartier-Gray.
Broken up by Gray.
Nice job by Cartier-Gray coming up and dislodging the ball from Lockhart. It was a nice route again.
Yeah, it was. He threw it on the money, but Gray made a better play. Third down and 10 with 10:15 on the clock here in the second quarter. It's a 4-touchdown lead for the number 4 ranked team in the country.
Jackson Doherty, number 12 from Ligonier, into the game.
It looks like he's in the right slot. Mitchell looking to the left, though. Now he looks down the middle of the field, and the ball is out. Or no, they're going to call an incomplete pass. Jalen McDuffie knocked the ball out. The Griffins are returning it for a touchdown, but instead they say it's an incomplete pass. I don't know. Josh Derisme scooped it up and ran it into the end zone.
Well,
guess it doesn't matter now. No challenges at this level.
No, nothing here at the Division II level. Let's see this.
Oh, my.
Boy, I think that's a fumble.
That's absolutely a fumble, I think. I know we have the benefit of instant replay and slow motion and everything, but arms coming back. Oh.
It looks like the contact with the defender caused the ball to squirt forward, and I believe it was a fumble.
Oh, now a bad snap. And that ball's rolling inside the 5-yard line, and it's going to be recovered. And the Griffins are going to have great field position to punch this one in. Anthony Beitko had to go back to jump on it.
Yeah, he did, Dan. That long snap just sailed way over the punter's head.
So nothing has been going the Griffins' way, but this one does. Maybe the football god's smiling on them a bit here.
Well, right now what the Griffins need to do, they must, absolutely must, cash in from the 2-yard line. I know if they do that, in all likelihood it'll be 28-7, but this Seton Hill team needs something positive to happen here in the first half.
So the call on the strip sack didn't go the Griffins' way, but the bad snap will go Seton Hill's way.
Weiland is the tailback. Prince McCarthy, the blocking back.
And Weiland looks to plunge his way into the end zone. Does he get there? No. We'll say he is rolled down just shy of the goal line. The long snapper, by the way, Bryce Washington, the sophomore for Cal U. Weiland not able to get his 9th touchdown of the season.
Bryce
we go 3/4 inch line, Roger.
Yeah, Bryce Washington, a gateway product.
Second down.
Our PA announcer here at Cal U, didn't get the gentleman's name, but he is a high school football official. He actually was officiating a game last night, South Allegheny and Mount Pleasant. We have flags down. Not sure what this is about. Legal substitution or something?
Well, we're going to see. They're having a meeting.
Or a sideline warning again?
We're going to talk to Dan Day, it appears.
Dan's confused, just as confused as we are. I don't know what that was about.
Well, I'm sure once they explain it to Coach Day, our referee for today will indeed pass on the information.
This is where we need Chris Smith. But we want to say hello to him. He is tuned in right now. He wants us to congratulate him, Roger, for witnessing his first competitive high school football game last evening. He's done games all year long, and we kind of nicknamed him Mercy Rule Smitty because every time he goes, it's a mercy rule.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Seton Hill. Athletic trainer out of the box.
Oh, my. They called an unsportsmanlike penalty on the sideline because our athletic trainer was outside of the box, and there she, that's Peggy. I don't, what in the world is that? I mean, unless that's why they gave them a sideline warning earlier, Roger. If they gave them a sideline warning because of that earlier, and then that happened, I mean, I guess, but I don't know. Come on.
You know what? That is really strange in a 28-0 game.
I have never seen that. Wide open, though, and the Griffins get a touchdown. Phillips pulls it in, the 6'4 sophomore out of Dallas, Pennsylvania. So it looked like the Griffins got a scoop and score. No. Looked like they were going to get a running touchdown from Logan Weiland. No. They moved backwards, but a good pass and a good grab.
Yeah, I was just going to say
Phillips.
that, Dan. What a nice ball from McCormick to Phillips.
To attempt the extra point.
On the pregame show, Dan Day told me that Todd Phillips was the MVP of the game last week because of his blocking, allowing Logan Weiland to get free a couple of times, and the extra point is blocked. Now, there is a flag down. Let's check it out. Oh, my goodness. Seton Hill had a field goal block last week. They had a couple of field goal blocks earlier in a game this year. I asked Dan Day about it on our pregame interview, and he said there's been a change in personnel. I said, how do you clean it up, Coach?
Offside.
Well, there's an offside penalty. Maybe that's why it was blocked. But that has been an issue for Seton Hill this year.
Yeah, they've had issues with the long snapping and just about every phase of the kicking game.
Oh, maybe lined up offside, but
Luke Hogger out of Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, and he said, you know what, Luke's not doing anything wrong. It's the guys, it's the rest of the team. You know
what? It's the little things.
Griffins will try it again. Auger sends his kick up, and it's good this time. And Dan said, you know, teams are smelling blood in the water. He said, you know, they see on film that we've had some field goals blocked, so they know, they have confidence when they go out there that they can also block a field goal. So that's why it's been even tougher for his team, kind of mired in this little rut. But we'll take a 30-second timeout. Griffins on the board, 28-7 score.
If you had to file an insurance claim, would your insurance coverage score a touchdown, or would you be sacked for a financial loss? At Stevenson Insurance Associates, you'll call the right play when it comes to your insurance coverage. Don't fumble the opportunity to score points with our customer service and superior low-cost policies. You need to make the right call to Stevenson Insurance Associates at 724-832-9889.
Back here on the Westmoreland Sports Network after the quick 30-second timeout, Griffins with a 16-yard touchdown pass from Jake McCormick to Todd Phillips to make it 28-7. And again, I have never heard of a penalty being issued because the trainer is out of the box, but Seton Hill overcomes it. Peggy's a fine trainer. I'm sure she appreciates the Griffins kind of bailing her out there.
Absolutely, Dan.
Our Excella Health trainers do an absolutely wonderful job at Seton Hill, as the kick will be taken by Kyle Brunson. The return man shakes and goes over the 30 up in the air and then is planted down. But Brunson running into people as he comes off the field.
Yeah, Brunson, a senior from Farmington, Michigan, was recognized before the game, as were a handful of seniors here at Cal U.
Channeling his inner Saquon Barkley. Check this out. And is that Hogger in there? No. Was that Hogger? Making the tackle? No, Jack Wagner. Sorry. That's Wagner, the kickoff specialist for the Griffins.
Jack Wagner, number 58.
He's a big dude. 63, Roger.
63, excuse me. 5'8", 250-pound freshman.
Oh, is that pass intercepted?
They're going to say no.
Say it hit the ground. DeMonte Pratt trying to get his 4th interception of the season. And it almost counted, but it did not. Like the receivers got caught in the wash there. It's impossible to see from this angle. I mean, you look at it from that angle, it looked like an interception, but obviously it's not a good angle to make that rolling. 9:12 on the clock here in the second quarter, 28-7. Mitchell has a 2nd down and 10, and he will throw to the left side this time. Pass is caught, turning upfield, and it's Lockhart who has 2 touchdowns today already with a nice gainer, as he will take the football into Seton Hill territory to the 40.
Lockhart with the reception. Good for
Derek Lockhart,
touchdown.
out of former Gladiator from South Allegheny, having himself one whale of an afternoon this evening. There's a good shot. Compliments of Marcus Weekland.
27-yard gain. Noble and Elton Jones Jr. pushing him out of bounds, not before he gets that 27-yard pickup. 8:37 and counting here in the second quarter. Mitchell was back. Mitchell throws down the seam. Pass caught, and holding on to it is Jackson. You look a lot at Mitchell and what he has done, but these receivers, Roger, they are tough.
Yeah, they certainly are. And I'll tell you what, we talked about the quarterback's accuracy earlier. Watch this one. Even under some bit of pressure, right 17. In the middle of 5 Griffins.
Took a hard kiss there from Jaden Emberton Gaines, but
Lockhart came out of the game, Dan, and Jack Kalechi from Kiski area entered the game, number 16.
We're going to have a sweep. Oh, the ball is loose, and the Griffins trying to pick it up. They do. Couldn't pick it up cleanly, so Seton Hill will have the football at the 45-yard line. Tyson Hill fumbled it as he took a end around to the left.
You know what? That was well played by the end of the Griffins defense, not taking any fakes, just held his ground, waited for Tyson Hill just to come to him.
What a play by Nelson Gideon from his defensive line spot, knocked that ball out. Seton Hill couldn't scoop it up cleanly, but then Jalen McDuffie got on it, went the other way to the 46-yard line. And now the Griffins, with 8:01 on the clock, can cut this down to a 2-touchdown game as the officials are talking about something. Who knows? Jalen McDuffie, 3rd in the PSAC in tackles.
Recovered by Seton Hill.
Yeah, we knew that. Thank you. I don't know why we needed further explanation on that.
Yeah, Dan, it boggles my mind throughout all football games at all levels that they break the flow of the game, the momentum, one way or another, just to tell us what we already know.
Gaither motions across the formation to the right. McCormick with the pass, and it's behind and high of Jaquan McGriff that time running down the field as a receiver.
Yeah, you know what? I believe Tyro Gaither was heading down the hash, Dan, and may have been open on this, number 10. Let's see if we can see him. Here he comes down the hash. Yeah, she had 2 receivers open, it looked like.
Yep.
10 and could have been Mark Bells out of New Jersey.
2nd down and 10. Griffins from their own 46-yard line. Again, a 4-wide receiver set. Another ball on the ground by Seton Hill. And on the exchange again, this time it was McGriff, the running back. And it looked like Seton Hill was able to recover it, but my gosh.
Yeah, just
3rd down and 13.
Not a very clean first half of play.
I don't know if that was an RPO, Roger. It looked like McCormick was trying to maybe take it back out of his chest there.
It's like there was, once again, a little bit of miscommunication between the running back and the quarterback.
So the Griffins lose 4. It's now 3rd down and 14. This was a golden opportunity. The Griffins trying not to waste it. Here comes the blitz. McCormick steps up, throws, incomplete. There's the flag. I think probably a good call there. Taylor in coverage. And Gaither, the intended receiver, the top target for McCormick this season.
Tell you what, Dan, that's a great call by the offensive coaching staff of the Griffins. You always want to make the defender kind of hug up to your receiver, and it's even better and smarter when you throw it to your sideline. Usually you will get the call when it is on your sideline. And indeed the Griffins did at this point. So once again here, 7:11 remaining in the second quarter. Griffins with a little bit of momentum, moving the ball, causing some turnovers, and we'll see if they can get on the scoreboard yet again before we get to halftime.
All of the Vulcans' touchdowns coming in the first quarter, and again in a span of like 4 minutes. 7:11 to play. Clock is stopped here in the second quarter. First down and 10 after the 15-yard pass interference penalty. And here's Weiland off the right side as he will bang forward, still trying to move bodies to the 40-yard line. That's only a 2-yard gain, but Logan makes it seem like a lot more because of how much contact that he is able to deliver and take.
Boitos out of West Mifflin getting the stop. I'll tell you what, Logan Weiland does indeed run hard, Dan. That's that lacrosse mentality that he has. As we mentioned, Logan is a two-sport athlete at Seton Hill and is an excellent lacrosse player as well.
On a great lacrosse team, Seton Hill men's lacrosse. Second down and 8, 6:29 on the moving clock. Wing to the right is Casimir. McCormick loads up, fires, juggling catch, can he stay on his feet? Yes, he can. He turns upfield, does Gaither, and Gaither will come close to the first down. I think they're going to spot him just a yard. Well, let's see. No, they're going to give him the first down. Initially, the spot had him before the stick. Instead, he moves it down to the 31.
Nice job by Taro Gaither holding on to the ball on this one. Coming all the way across the field. Nice limp leg there.
Great concentration by Gaither, and they give him the spot at the 31-yard line. Is flying off the field is Bales.
Yeah, a little bit of personnel issue there for the Griffs.
5:56 and counting. Ball at the 31-yard line on first down. Handoff to Weiland. Weiland accelerates through a small crack to the 29 for another pickup of 2.
Weiland again, the ball carrier.
And that'll set up a second down and 8. Want to say hello to former Griffin linebacker Chase Parker is tuned in with us right now. What's up, buddy? Chase also was an intern for us. Geez, it feels like a long time ago now, Chase. You're an old man. That means I'm older.
Second down and
Thanks.
8.
He is now an attorney. I've never seen his license, though, Roger, so I don't know. I got to see that proof of license.
See that shingle on the wall.
Oh, what a great kid, and he did great broadcasting, too, when we had him for a season. There's a holding penalty, I think, as Weiland gets bounced out of bounds.
Weiland's the ball carrier. There is a flag on the play.
Like a holding penalty on the left side there.
Yeah, it almost looks like they're going to call it on Ashwan Berry.
I know Chase was happy to see his former teammate Tyler Zimmer go into the Seton Hill Football Hall of Fame earlier this year, a few weeks back in the game against Gannon. Sorry, Roger.
Penalty going against Casimir, the tight end. Yeah, it was nice for Zimmer to get in.
Bring up a second down.
So Chase went to Seton Hill, but then he also went to Michigan State, and they won or lost today now?
They won.
They won. They were the ones that won. Michigan had the ball last and threw an interception. McCormick steps up in the pocket. Look out. He's going to go down. First one to get to him was Dylan Boitos, the senior linebacker. He's out of West Mifflin, PA. And the Griffins going backwards now, and it's third down. That holding penalty was absolutely crucial.
Yeah, the holding penalty and now the sack on the play. Got to credit number 31. Dylan Boitos just not giving up on the play, trying to have a great senior day here at Cal, which is their last home game of this season.
Loss goes back to the 43-yard line. 3rd down and 22. McCormick will throw it short. Atkins accelerates, tries to dance away from a few Cal defenders, and he will get to the 30-yard line. So this will set up a 4th down and 9, and that was an important play, Roger, because now Coach Day will elect to go for it. If that's an incompletion, I don't know what happens.
Yeah, you know what? No need to look back. It was a completion. 4th and 9 on the running clock. 3:40 remaining in the first half.
3:35 and counting now as McCormick on 4th down and 9 will take the shotgun snap. We have a timeout, though, before he does that. And it, I believe, will be taken by Seton Hill.
Yes.
So 3:31 on the clock. This is a huge 4th down play. After just a terrible start, Seton Hill has a chance here to go into halftime, perhaps, by only trailing by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
We will see if that comes to fruition because of this 4th down. I think I might have said 3rd down. 4th down and 9. That's a tough holding penalty there against the Griffins, but see if they can overcome it.
Well, let's see if they can do that, Dan. I know all the fans of the Griffins out there tuning into our broadcast right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network are hoping for that. And as we've mentioned, they have played better in quarter 2 than they have in quarter number 1. So right now, 4th and 9, big play here. You would hate to give the ball back to Cal, who certainly has big play potential.
Chase actually just sent me a text message. He is going to be joining the Air Force as a judge advocate, so Air Force lawyer officer. That's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
4th down and 9. McCormick, good pocket, fires, incomplete, knocked away.
No
Great
interference
coverage by Matt Toby, and no flags on the field, and that's a big stop for the Vulcans.
A flag on the play.
There is a flag? Wait a second.
Maybe now, late, possibly on 99.
Do you see a flag out there, Roger? PA announcer said there is. Oh, okay, there is at the 36-yard line, but
I initially thought, Dan, there was pass interference on that play, even though nothing was called. I very well could be wrong, which happens.
See Toby here. Oh, I mean, there's definitely some contact there, I think, before the ball got there.
Yeah, kind of wrapped his arm around
It
him.
looked like Toby slipped. Watch number 47 here. Right there, he kind of slips a little bit. And then contact right there. But no flag for pass interference, and now an offsetting personal foul on each side.
That is both players. First, unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
Yeah, if you get 2 unsportsmanlike conducts, I believe you get ejected from the game.
You do indeed.
So, boy, Seton Hill could not overcome that holding penalty, and that was a drive that really was promising there for the Griffins.
Yeah, it could have been a very big turning point in this first half.
And now you don't score. Now Cal U has a chance to go in to the locker room by leading by 4 touchdowns. Now the defense has to step up.
Cal, by my count, has 2 timeouts left as well in this final 3:28.
So the Vulcans with a first down from their own 30-yard line, 3:28 on the clock. Officials already have had a big part in this game. That's not something you like to see. Not that it's necessarily their fault, but just hate to see all the flags as an observer, as a fan. Mitchell fires to the near side into traffic, but the pass is caught. A combat catch, they call it, by Tyson Hill.
Yeah, real nice job there. Cartier Gray, the defensive back 33, did all he could. Not so sure there wasn't some offensive interference on the receiver that was in the slot in front of Hill.
Mitchell again to throw, and the pass incomplete. Oh, now they throw a flag on walks.
Dan, once again, we probably won't see it on the replay. Anytime you get that contact near your own bench, you're going to get a call.
15-yard penalty, previous 5.
Nope.
First down.
That was on Doherty from Ligonier.
I don't know.
Well, if they call
Correction.
Nario walks with a grab, then on the previous incomplete passes they called, it should have been a grab as well on Boykus. However,
10 Vulcans
didn't
from the
happen. It'll
42.
now be 1st and 10. Vulcans, 3:01 remaining.
Have the football here at the 42. They move at 15 yards. Mitchell, quick pop over the middle, and that's a first down pickup to Jaquay Jackson.
That's good for Vulcans. First down.
Yeah, it was a 5-yard pass interference penalty. I thought all of the pass interference penalties were 15 yards.
First and 10 from the 47.
Sure. Clock moving, 2:43 on it. 2 timeouts remaining for the home team. The number 4 ranked Cal U Vulcans, Eric McCann in the backfield, but the Vulcans have hardly run the football at all here in the first half, as that pass will go to the near sideline, and Tyson Hill
is complete to Tyson Hill.
is just unbelievable. Anywhere you throw the football, he's going to catch it.
Yeah, indeed, Dan, and I'll say it again. The quarterback, Noah Mitchell, throws that ball the deep out better than anyone I think I may have seen this year.
Yeah, and again, he throws it to only where Tyson can make a play, and he knows he's going to make a play more times than not. Clock stopped initially, but now rolling. 2:07 on it. 28-7 the lead for the Vulcans on first down. Pocket breaking down. He's able to flip it out of there, but the pass is incomplete as Mitchell was trying to just get it to McCann. And that'll set up a second down and 10. You look at the stats right now for Mitchell. 17 of 29 for 211 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's been sacked once. In terms of the running backs, just 5 carries. No, I'm sorry. Actually, Cameron has 1, Brunson has 1, Mitchell has 3. So for the running backs themselves, only 2 attempts in the first half.
Well, Cal throws the ball. That's no surprise.
And Mitchell gets that one out of there. The pass is caught, dancing at the 25-yard line and picking up some extra yards.
Mitchell's pass is complete.
Griffin's trying to get the ball.
That's good for another Vulcan.
Seton Hill has the ball, but well after the whistle as Lockhart pulls in another.
Yeah, Lockhart's having an exceptional afternoon.
That should put him over 100 yards, his 8th catch already. And 2 touchdowns for Lockhart. We're running now to 1:47 on the clock.
First and 10 from the 22.
We'll move the football to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, excellent routes being run by the Vulcans. Nice spacing as well by their wide receivers on their routes.
That was actually his 7th catch for 96 yards. First down from the 22. Mitchell has it again. Going to go to the end zone. It's caught for the touchdown. That will go to Jaquay Jackson. So the Griffins, with a golden opportunity, could not capitalize, and now Cal U will go into halftime likely with a 35-7 lead.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Dan, South Allegheny and Sarah Catholic being represented very, very well and proud here by the Vulcans.
Beautiful pass right down the middle of the field into the end zone for the touchdown, and now the extra point by Beatco. A 22-yard touchdown pass to Jaquay Jackson.
Kick is up.
And Beatco will tack on the extra point. That is Jackson's 2nd touchdown of the game.
The score, Vulcans 35.
And we also had a great catch by the man in the scissor lift. Give him a little shout out, huh?
Sure, there you go.
No idea. It looks like Randy Moss up there. Got the beard? Oh, that's not a beard, that's a mask.
Nice shot there, Marcus. Thank you.
You got mossed. And we'll keep it right here.
You got Marcus.
On the red ticket, 50-50. It's going to be 1-6-8.
1:22 on the clock. Seton Hill just with 1 timeout remaining.
9-5-4.
And the Vulcans with a big answer there. We will pick up at halftime the performance by the California Marching Band on the Excella Health halftime show. And also we will take a look back at how the first half broke down the stats and the scoring summary. Want to thank the folks here at Cal U for taking care of us. Kick is away, and it's going to land in the end zone for a touchback as Darnell Carey, the redshirt senior, watches it sail over his head. 35-7 the lead for the Vulcans. Griffins with 1:22 to work with.
Yeah, there's the difference being down by 28 or down by 14. We saw it on that last exchange where the Griffins were unable to get it into the end zone.
And again, I go back to that holding penalty, really shot themselves in the foot, and the Seton Hill did a nice job on third down to pick up a lot of those yards back, but on 4th and 9, they could not convert.
Zach Kittner's back into the game at center, Dan. Good to see.
First down from the 25-yard line after the touchback. And they're going to run it on first down, and a big run for Logan Weiland as he runs the football out to the 36-yard line. Good for a gain of 11 and a first down. You see that a lot.
Yeah, Griffin's got to pick up the pace now.
Yeah, they're just trying to feel it out here, and now maybe they'll go.
Griffins with one timeout remaining.
Cormick. Little movement up front, nothing called as Weiland will shed a tackle to the 45-yard line. He gets close to the 50. Now the Griffins did get a big touchdown run prior to the end of the first half last week against Clarion, 61 yards. Logan Weiland jaunting in.
We're under a minute now.
That one came with 39 seconds left. And Seton Hill with just one timeout remaining. Now they're going to bring the fire on McCormick. McCormick pulls it down, and now a flag is thrown as McCormick's going to slide down at the 45-yard line. As it stands now, it would be a loss of 3, but we may have a holding penalty.
It may go against Kittner, the center.
Holding. Offense. Number 77. 10-yard penalty.
Yep. Good call, Roger. Kittner flagged for holding, and then some good sportsmanship after the, I think it was Kittner.
Yeah, he and Derek Carboy.
Yeah,
It's
he was
just-
actually helping Carboy get his shoulder,
Yeah,
or
well,
his
since
jersey
he
back.
since he pulled the jersey.
Right. Oh, big whack on Weiland. You could feel that one up here. That was a hard hit by Xavier, the linebacker.
Brought down by Silva and Xavier.
Look at Weiland, though. He's right back to his feet.
8 on 8.
No big deal for him.
We're under 10 seconds, Dan.
Yeah, I think they're just going to let the clock wind down here. So another penalty hurting Seton Hill here in the first half, and certainly a first half for the Griffins to forget and one to remember for the Vulcans. 35-7 at halftime. Cal U in the lead. We will have our halftime show coming up. We'll pick up a performance by the California Marching Band and also take a look back at some stats and the scoring from the first half. Once again, we're live from Adamson Stadium. Thank you so much for tuning in to Griffins football here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Seton Hill, though, needing a lot of work to do in half number 2. Back for the halftime show after this.
At D'Annunzio's, our menu is extensive with an abundance of selections. The next best thing to being at one of our 3 locations is having our frozen food and jarred sauce in your own home. For our frozen food selections, we have wedding soup, pasta vajol, lasagna, stuffed cheese rigatoni, ricotta cavatelli, and potato gnocchi. Our jarred sauces include the original, smooth, marinara, and tomato cream. These products can all be found at our restaurants or your local grocer.
This is Sean Myers.
And this is Dan Flickinger. Join us every Wednesday night throughout the season for Westmoreland on the Gridiron.
We discuss the biggest news involving Westmoreland County and WPIAL football, break down all of the games with our Westmoreland Sports Network announcers, plus we're joined every week by local players and coaches.
And of course, everyone's favorite segment, the Plays of the Week.
That's Westmoreland on the Gridiron every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Hampton Inn & Suites, North Huntington, Irwin is Seton Hill University's preferred hotel partner. Stay at this brand new hotel where you can relax by the outdoor fire pit or swim in the indoor pool. You'll love everything, from the clean, modern rooms to the free Wi-Fi and the waffles. Hampton Inn & Suites, North Huntington, Irwin, is located just off of I-76, minutes from restaurants and shopping in downtown Irwin. Book now at hampton.com.
Back here at Adamson Stadium, Griffins trailing at the half, 35-7. Here's the Cal U marching band.
Our first selection of the afternoon will be the Rolling Stones hit, Paint It Black. Field Commander Skylar Lester, Spring River, is your band ready. Next we'll perform the Blue Oyster Cult Classic, Don't Fear the Reaper. Nightmare sequence from the Cal U 2019 field show, California Dreamin'. With the Johnny Cash classic, Ghost Riders in the Sky. concludes our Mass Band Day Field Show. We'd like to thank all of the Mass Band Day participants for joining us today. A reminder to stay after the football game for the musical band performance of our 21 show around the world television.
This is how far we'll go to treat heart, lung, and vascular disease. 15 millimeters. At Excella Health, we believe less can be more. That's why we use minimally invasive surgery in the treatment of coronary artery disease, heart valve repair and replacement, lung cancer, and conditions of the peripheral arteries. For our patients, that means less blood loss, less post-operative pain, and a faster recovery. It means that a disease process that took decades to develop can, in a few hours, be reversed. And for us, it means providing the most advanced and sophisticated care for patients in our region. The Heart, Lung, and Vascular Institute at Excella Health. Expert care here.
It's tough to come this far and lose. It hurts. But you are defined in life by the way you respond to defeat. That pit in your stomach, fill it with fire. Next season starts right now. Remember this hurt. Think about it when you want to sleep in the morning. Think about it when you want to shut it down instead of doing an extra set. Promise yourself that you will never, ever feel like this again. You promise yourself that you will come back untouchable.
When I first came back, one of the first things that blew me away was our facilities. How the fields have grown up in that whole complex down the hill. Our weight room now, I mean, how that has been, remodeled and changed and overhauled.
Our baseball field is, in my opinion, one of the best in the nation, Division II wise. And just having Sullivan Gym open for us all the time with the nets in there whenever we wanted to get work in, which is possibly why I got to where I am, because all the extra work that I did put in.
I think our facilities are one of the best across the PSACs, and that's definitely a huge recruiting tool as we are able to draw the athletes for the academics in addition to the great things they can get on the athletic side of it.
I don't think I would be able to thrive in a big school. I think I like that the professors know my name. I like that when I'm walking down the hall I can say hi to someone and I actually know them.
At Seton Hill Subaru, we believe that every dog deserves to have its day. And in honor of National Make It Dogs Day, Sendell Subaru will be donating $100 to Animal Friends of Westmoreland for each dog adopted during the month of October. And throughout October, Subaru Loves Pets Month, we encourage you to consider adopting one of the thousands of adoptable pets waiting for their forever homes in local animal shelters. They would love to meet you. Sendell Subaru. It all starts with the heart.
Welcome back on the Westmoreland Sports Network to Adamson Stadium, where our score at halftime is 35-7. Along with Roger Downs, I'm Dan Flickinger, and we'll take a look at some of the stats, first of all, from the first half, if we can get them up there for you, see if we can make our magic happen here. But Roger, just first of all, your overall thoughts from the first half. Again, I mean, when you're a team that gets down that early, and we were hoping coming into this game that, again, maybe Cal U has a little bit of a hangover from an emotional win against IUP. Maybe Seton Hill's riding high after their biggest victory in terms of point differential all season. Not all season, but the entire history of their program.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it didn't happen, and you give credit to Cal U, but Seton Hill also shot themselves in the foot a number of times too.
They certainly did, Dan. Penalties did them no favor. Seton Hill in the first half penalized 7 times for 58 yards. They lost 2 fumbles. Just having a heck of a time doing the little things and doing them at the most inopportune time in terms of drives and things that they need to do. On a positive note, there you see on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, the halftime stats. But what is not there, you see 17 minutes of possession time for Cal, but really it was 4 minutes in the first quarter that have pretty much set this game up for the Vulcans.
221 total yards, 246 passing for Cal U. That seems kind of weird, and we were talking about maybe why that is. And Marcus actually pointed out it may have been because of the bad snap on the punt that landed back at around the 1 yard line. So that may have been the reason why the total yards are actually less than the passing yards. Rushing yards, the Griffins have run for 84 yards in the first half. First down, 17 for Cal U, despite having some short fields. And Seton Hill, again, those 3 turnovers certainly turning out to be very costly there in the first half of play. The Vulcans got on the board first, 9:17 mark of the first quarter, a 2-yard touchdown pass from Mitchell, and you will see the catch made by Derek Lockhart. And the Vulcans were off and running 7-0. This came about a minute later. Jaquay Jackson from Noah Mitchell, 7-yard touchdown pass. Just the second play on this drive after the Griffins turned it over on the kickoff, and that gave Cal U a 14-0 lead. The Vulcans then would add their 3rd touchdown in 3 minutes, a 27-yard interception return. You'll see McCormick, after getting pressured, fired to the left, and pretty easy read, I think, there for Jermal Martin. 27-yard interception return, 21-0 in favor of the Vulcans. And then 2 minutes after that, Derek Lockhart caught his 2nd touchdown pass of the first quarter from Noah Mitchell, this one from 15 yards away. And the Vulcans led 28-0. Early in the second quarter, Jake McCormick had to overcome a strange penalty called on the Seton Hill trainer for being out of the box, according to the official. And that set the Griffins back after the bad punt snap by Cal U. But it was McCormick hooking up with Todd Phillips in the end zone for the touchdown. But unfortunately, the Vulcans would get the last touchdown of the first half here with 1:22 on the clock. This came after Seton Hill turned the ball over on downs, and the completion there to Jaquay Jackson, his 2nd touchdown catch of the first half. And it will not be Seton Hill having the opening kickoff. It will be the Vulcans with the opening kickoff of the second half, as Brunson will return it out to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, stopped by Hezekiah Hawkins out of Port Tobacco, Maryland.
First and 10 from the 22.
Thank you so much for joining us. Typically, when we're at home, we're able to have the down and distance on our score bug on the bottom and the play clock and the game clock. But when we go on the road, it makes it a little tougher. Unfortunately, we're not able to do that here at Cal U, so we do apologize for that. But Roger and I will keep you abreast with the down and distance and how much time is remaining, as much as we possibly can here in the second half. It'll be Noah Mitchell out there again. Again, the second leading passer all time for Cal U, and he's only a junior, as he will let that one go. And coming back to the football, did he make the catch or not? Did he stay in bounds is the question, and they do give him the completion. Tyson Hill with another great grab.
I'll tell you what, he has had an exceptional day and an exceptional career here for the Vulcans. Nice job with his feet as well.
They got that right foot inbounds, and in the college level, all you have to do is get 1 foot down. Unlike the NFL.
Yeah, it's as I said in the first half, Dan, the timing between quarterback and receiver is just outstanding today for the Vulcans.
Wide receiver either way. They're going to run the football. This is only the third carry of the game for a running back. And he will not get much. The Griffins all season long want to stop the run. Isaiah Cameron with the call there, picking up maybe 2, 2nd down and 8. But again, if the Vulcans, if you're throwing the football, you're used to throwing the football all over the yard. Well, you don't need to run the football.
Yeah, Justice Griffin with that last tackle for the Griffins.
Early stages of the third quarter here, and Marcus said there was some light rain falling.
Well, there are some umbrellas open down in the crowd, Dan.
2nd down and 8 from the 37. Mitchell pocket breaking down. He's able to dump it off underneath, close to a first down. Goes Isaiah Cameron. I think he's going to get it to the 45-yard line. Needed 8 and got 8. As stopping him there was Jaden Emberton Gaines, the redshirt senior.
Yeah, just a real nice job once again by Mitchell, Dan. He has kept his composure, knows where his seniors are going to be. Obviously very adept and knowledgeable to this Cal offense, and he is just having a superb afternoon.
In the first half, Derek Lockhart, 8 catches, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jackson, 6 for 102 and 2 touchdowns. Tyson Hill, 5 for 35. I feel like he's had more than that even. Usually making great catches. That ball's up in the air and just hits the turf before one of the Griffins could get to it. It was tipped at the line and set up a 2nd down and 10. And the closest Griffin to it trying to track it down, I believe, was Alton Jones. Just wasn't able to get to the football, but it was hanging up there for a long time, Roger. Typically, you see that intercepted. See who got his hand on it here. I think it was
9.
Yeah, McDuffie. Jalen McDuffie getting his paw on it. And really fortunate for Cal that there were no white shirts in the area.
Yeah, indeed. And it was even more fortunate for Cal for Seton Hill, because the Griffins were not covering number 5.
The former Ligonier Valley Ram Jackson Doherty gets his first catch of the game. And was it with one hand here? Let's check it out. Yes, it was. Hauls it in with one hand, and he will get the football to the 49-yard line of Seton Hill, setting up a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, make Roger Beidel, head coach at Ligonier Valley, proud with that one.
Yeah, the Rams will be in the WPIL playoffs for the first time in program history. Well, I shouldn't say that. First time since the 60s, anyway. They were not in the WPIL for a long time. Instead, they were in District 6, but they moved to District 7. 3rd down and 3. Letting it fly. Pass is caught. Running laterally is Derek Lockhart. And Lockhart gets to the 35-yard line.
Tell you what, he is very good. And I just want to compliment, and even though I realize we were the Seton Hill broadcast, I want to compliment the receivers of Cal. They do a very nice job of catching almost everything with their hands, never letting the ball get down to their bodies, and then they're very elusive after the catch.
So the football spotted at the Seton Hill 35-yard line. And again, you look at Seton Hill's defense, bread and butter, they stop the run. But if you go up against a passing team, it doesn't matter, because they're just going to throw the football all over you if they're that good at it. And obviously Cal U is, as that dump off will go to Isaiah Cameron. He picks up a 1st down.
Yeah, another nice read. Isaiah Cameron out of Gateway High School. Linebacker came. Cameron filters his way through the line. Just kind of hooks up where the linebacker vacated. Nice, easy pitch and catch for Mitchell.
Kind of reminds me of the old days where the Steelers could never beat the Patriots. They had a great defense, but Tom Brady would carve them up because they would just go empty set. They wouldn't run the ball very often.
Right.
The Steelers' defense could, stop anyone running it, but Brady just spread them out and carved them up. And I feel like that's exactly what Noah Mitchell's doing here against Seton Hill. Here's a run on the pitch to Cameron. Cameron gets to the outside and will take the football down to the Seton Hill 15-yard line.
Pushed out of bounds by Emberton Gaines.
And that'll go for a pickup of about 8 yards, and we have a Griffin down, as you see there.
It is Griffin.
Justice Griffin, the 6'3 senior out of Rochester, New York, down laying on his back.
Well, let's hope that Justice is okay after this brief time out there. You see him chatting with the training staff. Head coach Dan Day coming in to check on his player as well.
Griffin to his feet now. Peggy will walk with him off the field as well. Adamson Stadium, our location here for Seton Hill and Cal U.
Yeah, the athletic fields here at Cal, not exactly on campus, Dan. Kind of out of town a bit. Starting to rain a little bit harder. I can see it now forming on the windows of the press box.
Got a good shot there of Coach Kevin May, defensive coordinator for Seton Hill, has done such a marvelous job. We had a chance to talk with him a couple of weeks ago as he was in place of Dan Day, he and Coach Dutton.
Yeah, Coach Day down for a little bit, had to go into the isolation chamber, so to speak.
Stretch handoff left, and it looks like it will be enough for the first down as Isaiah Cameron has been getting a lot of totes. He needed 2 and picked up 2. And the Vulcans will be able to move the sticks. We mentioned earlier that Edinburgh came up with a huge upset of IUP defeating the Crimson Hawks earlier today. So IUP has lost now to Mercyhurst and Edinburgh this season. Or I'm sorry, they almost lost to Mercyhurst. They didn't quite, but they've had some things tough against them this year. Edinburgh 21-17 victory. Shepherd over Bloomsburg 62-18 final score. Shippensburg beats East Stroudsburg 24-23.
Good game there.
Yeah. First down and 10 with 9:43 on the clock and a timeout taken by the Vulcans.
Cal, you're first.
First charge timeout here of the second half
fans, I think it's
for
time to
Cal
cool
U.
off because it's time for the Dairy Queen Ice Cream Scream.
Dairy Queen Ice Cream Scream? Is that what he said? It's time to cool off. I think everyone's cooled off.
Oh, I believe they are.
Yeah, you look at IUP's season, they actually beat Mercyhurst handily. It was Slippery Rock that nearly lost to Mercyhurst, but the Crimson Hawks lost to Shepherd 37-21 earlier in the year. Also 38-34, of course, to Cal last week, and then Edinburgh today 21-17.
Be interesting to find out, Dan, and certainly taking nothing away from the Fighting Scots of Edinburgh. Wonder if there were any significant injuries to any of the Crimson Hawks today.
Well, and they have been battling some things. They had COVID issues early in the year. I know that. That's look at the PSAC East standings before the action today, with Kutztown having a very nice season. Seton Hill went toe-to-toe with the Golden Bears earlier this year. Here's first down and 10 and a touchdown. From the 13-yard line, will go for 13. And Lockhart with his 3rd touchdown of the game, just like that.
Lockhart, the junior, 6'2", 220 pounds from South Allegheny, as we mentioned.
Little pitch and catch here.
Yeah, very nice route. Got the inside position on Cartier Gray. Safety late getting over to that one.
Beatco to attempt the extra point.
Beatco's been perfect on extra points.
Yeah, what a great job he has done as a freshman here for the Vulcans.
Looking for his 6th here.
That kick is up.
And it's good.
And that kick is good. 9:36 left to go.
9 minutes, 36 seconds remaining in 3rd quarter action here on the Westmoreland Sports Network, and it is a lead of 42-7 for the Vulcans.
Hi, my name is Tyler Zimmer, owner of Alpha Leap Performance and Fitness, located in Export. When training our athletes, our main mission is to help our athletes move better. Movement efficiency, it's building proper motor patterns, and really exposing their brain and their bodies to different movements that can translate to the game. I'm a huge believer in unilateral strength, which is single leg strength. A lot of what you do in any sport is off of one leg. So if you're strong on one leg, you're going to be strong on both. You dominate the little things in life, you're going to dominate the big things.
It's not just a home or a car. It's the 6 months you save for your Ultra HD flat screen, just in time for football season, and the overtime you worked for that third car, so your teen can drive himself to practice. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or combo, State Farm agent Alex Hetrick sees your home and car as things you work really hard for. Alex understands what your things really mean to you. Talk to State Farm agent Alex Hetrick in Murraysville for your home and auto insurance today.
Kick goes into the end zone for a touchback, so Cal U, or I should say Seton Hill, will start from its own 25-yard line, down 42-7. Seton Hill had a chance driving late in the second quarter to go into halftime trailing by 2 scores, but now it is ballooned to a 42-7 lead now for the Vulcans after they scored at the end of the second quarter and at the beginning of the third quarter. Logan Weiland, not much.
Yeah, that's probably not a lot of running room for Logan on that play. He's done a pretty good job this afternoon.
And Dillo on the stop.
In the first half,
Short
Logan
gain on the play.
carried the ball 16 times for
Second down
81
and 9.
yards.
Yeah, and again, I mentioned earlier, if this Seton Hill team gets behind early, the passing game is not their bread and butter. It's the running game, but if you get behind like this, you have to throw the football, and that obviously is problematic. They will run it here, though, to Weiland, able to slip a tackle, able to barrel through a defender and get close to a first down. He's going to be about a yard short.
Brought down by Dominic Solomon.
Give him a pickup of about 8 yards.
Yeah, tackled by Dominic Solomon Jr.,
Nice
redshirt freshman, former Clareton Bear.
Third down and
I have to mention a classy move by Clareton, by the way, yesterday. And I know there are a lot of people that are watching our broadcast that aren't from the area, and I'll talk about Jeanette head coach Roy Hall here in a second. 3rd down and 1 for McCormick and the offense. Quick handoff, and Weiland able to get to the corner and able to pick up the first down. Great speed shown there by number 8. So Roy Hall is the head coach of one of the most successful programs. As a matter of fact, they have more wins than any other program in Western Pennsylvania football, Jeanette. And Coach Hall has been an assistant coach, a head coach, or a player since the 1980s. And he coached in his final game yesterday. And it was really cool to see their biggest rival, the Clareton Bears, actually honored him before the game last night. As that throw goes to nobody, maybe the popcorn vendor, as there was some miscommunication. So these two teams have been battling for so long. Regular season, Whitfield championship games. Jeanette crushed them in the Whitfield title game last year. Jeanette has had a really down season, really historically down season this year. So it's been tough on the Jayhawks. But it was really neat to see their head coach, Wayne Wade, and the Clareton marching band playing the Jeanette fight song last night before the game.
With the Jeanette band.
With the Jeanette band to honor Roy Hall. That was very, very classy by the folks at Clareton, and I just want to mention that. And, of course, I want to mention Roy Hall and everything that he has done for Jeanette and also his support of WSN. Just a fantastic guy. As McGriff will get a couple. A guy that we've known for a long time.
Indeed, Dan. And we wish him well in his retirement years. I can't imagine he would stray too far from McKee Field in terms of the Jeanette program. And Coach Hall has been not only a fine man, a terrific coach, but a father figure to many of the Jayhawks.
7:37 on the clock. It's 3rd down and 7 for McCormick. Fires over the middle. Pass is hauled in on the run with the football is Battle for the Griffins. Had a big game a couple of games ago as he gets taken down by 3 black shirts, but not before he could move the sticks.
Yeah, nice grab there by Battle.
Mormon and Martin on the stop.
Tayon Battle, the sophomore out of Irvington, New Jersey.
Yeah, pretty good poise right there on that last release by McCormick as well.
Yeah, you like to see more of that, Roger, huh?
Yes.
Tayon's 13th catch of the season right there. Good pickup on 3rd down. And now the give off the right side for Weiland.
Weiland, the ball carrier.
Weiland will find a small crease and pick up about 5. Setting up a 2nd down and 5.
On the stop. Gain of 5, 2nd down.
It appears that live stats stopped updating, so.
Well, you know what? Technology is wonderful when it works.
When it works, that's right. That's pretty much what I go through on a daily basis. Casimir motion to the right, quick
Weiland
hitter
again, the ball carrier.
to Weiland. He picks up maybe 2 more. 3rd down and 3 on the way for the Griffins with 6:20 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, nice job by Gerald Brown coming from his end position. Former West Mifflin Titan, just crashing down. Again, we thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast of Seton Hill University Griffin football on the Westmoreland Sports Network. And as always, thanks to Marcus Weekland for his expert camera operations.
5:50 on the clock here in the 3rd now on 3rd down and 3. McCormick's going to try to run for it here. Look out. Is he able to lower his shoulder and pick up the 1st down? Maybe. No, he's going to be about a yard short.
Yeah, they'll probably go for
down
it.
By Taylor.
McCormick doesn't look like the smoothest runner, but I'll give him credit, Roger. I mean,
Gain
he's
of 3
put
on
his
the
shoulder
play.
down
They'll
here and
bring
tried to
up
pick
a
up the 1st down.
Well, you know,
1.
Tuck the ball away.
Jake McCormick's not a small man either, Dan. He's 6'6", 230.
Yeah, fell forward.
From the Shannock High School.
4th down and 1. Weiland in the backfield. Some confusion here on the Seton Hill side.
This
Dan
looks like
Day
a-
is flying down the field to call a timeout.
I wondered if it was supposed to be a snap to Weiland as McCormick was being a bit theatrical with that play.
There's Ryan Barabee, former Seton Hill quarterback. I actually thought the same thing, Roger. That thought came through my mind. Then I thought, it's 42-7. I don't know. If it was a close game, maybe they do something like that. I don't know that they would pull that off at this stage of the game, but
Announcement, fans, after today's
it was kind of
game, the
strange
Cal
looking,
U
wasn't
band
it?
It was
will be
indeed.
Performing a special show for you.
I don't know if you can
So
see
make sure
Dan
you
Day at the
stick
top of the
around
screen
and
here, but
enjoy that show.
he was like a sprinter. There he comes to get that timeout. With the way his voice carries, I'm surprised I didn't hear him from like the goal line down here or something. But clock will stop with 5:02 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, 42-7 in favor of the 4th-ranked team in the nation, Cal U.
Dan Day in his 3rd year at his alma mater, Seton Hill University. Very, very positive guy. Anytime we talk with him, he is attempting to change things up at Seton Hill, change the culture, so to speak. Prince McCarthy
lines up at fullback
with the pink shoes.
And the deep back is Weiland. Weiland will take it and take it forward for a 1st down.
Weiland, the ball carrier.
As he
That'll
will
be
run it down
enough
to
for a
the
1st down.
19-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 5 on 4th and 1.
Yeah, certainly can't miss Prince McCarthy either in his
Toby
number 79
and
jersey
Williams
or
on the
his
stop.
bright pink shoes.
Just get in the way, Prince. There
1st
you
and
go.
10 Griffins from the 19.
Prince McCarthy, 6'4", 360-pounder from Queens, New York. He's a redshirt senior.
He's actually trimmed down a bit, Dan. He came to camp in much better shape than ever before.
He is the starting left guard for the Griffins sometime. Lines up in the backfield. There's a flag that's down as that pass will elude the
Pass is
attended
incomplete.
receiver.
There is a flag on the play.
Got to be holding, I would think.
Griffins flagged a number of times today.
Offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty. Replay 1st down.
It's going to be on the center, Kittner once again.
That is the 9th penalty on Seton Hill.
Yeah, once again, 9 penalties, Dan. Losing 2 fumbles. Interception for a touchdown by Cal. Just not a good day of taking care of the football.
Griffins are actually the most penalized team in the PSAC at 71 in 8 games coming in. There's a nice run for Weiland as he finds room inside the 25-yard line down to the 23. That'll go
Weiland, the ball
for
carrier.
a pickup of about
Brought down by Martin and Moorman.
6. Second down and long, though, still
Gain of
for the
6.
Griffins.
Second down and 15.
Give them 5. Second down and 15, the call. Clock turning. Under 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 3. 3 wide receivers set this time for McCormick. From the left hash, takes the snap. McCormick going to go long towards the end zone. Has a man, but it's incomplete. Coverage wasn't bad, but a perfect throw dropped in there. Would have gotten Kurt Atkins a touchdown, perhaps. And it's third down.
Yeah, nice throw there from McCormick, just a bit out of the reach of Atkins.
Looked like it was Dominic Solomon Jr. on the coverage. Had a step, Roger.
He did.
So after the incompletions, third down and 14 now. Four wide receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left.
Middle.
And McCormick does find that middle man, and that's Weiland. He slips down. Logan tried to run to the right, then make a cut, and he slips down. He does pick up about 5. It'll set up a 4th down and 9.
Better job by McCormick there. Weiland reading defense, kind of just hooks up.
Late rusher coming in too. And again, just because it's turf doesn't mean you won't have some issues with some slickness out there.
That's correct.
4th down and 9 from the Cal U 18-yard line.
3 minutes remaining in quarter 3.
Vulcan show blitz coming off the left side. 3 rusher again, throws, pass caught. Nice job by McCormick staying in there and knew he was going to take a smack. And he's able to complete it to Weiland for a 1st down and 1st and goal for the Griffs.
Yeah, nice job by McCormick there, Dan. He was able to
1st
see
and goal Griffins from the 5.
the blitz from either side of the field.
Oh, took a hard smack from Matt Toby, who has had a good game. But able to find the safety valve in Weiland. It's 1st down and goal from the 5.
Yeah, right now Seton Hill, you want to get anything positive you possibly can in this game to get ready for your game next week.
That'll be against IUP on
that will
Saturday.
be at Offutt Field in Greensburg.
Griffins have played a lot of games at Offutt as Weiland trying to chug into the end zone. He gets down to the 1.
Yeah, good strong run there from Logan Weiland.
Stopped by Dillo and Toby.
Griffins went with a spread formation there, gave it to Weiland out of the shotgun, and nearly took Noah Dillo into the end zone with him.
Yeah, Dillo's had a great afternoon.
2nd down and goal from the 1, under 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd.
New linebackers in for the Vulcans.
Prince will line up at fullback again. Here's Weiland off the right side, and he lost the football. I think Seton Hill got it right back, though. Looks like Zach Kintner.
Weiland stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Weiland doesn't fumble a lot. He did in the first game of the year, I believe. Seton Hill had some fumble issues.
They did.
But I don't think he's fumbled since then. That is just an effort play. You're trying to back your way into the end zone. You just lost the ball if you're Logan Weiland there. So no harm, no foul.
Yeah, there was Matt Toby once again. Strong hit on defense.
Obviously 4-down territory here for the Griffins. We'll have 2 cracks at it. And what happened there?
I don't think the snap came up. Looked like McCormick backed out without the ball.
Full start. The entire offensive line. 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, if it's the entire offensive line, that means
everybody moved except Zach Kittner, the center, on that play.
Goal from the 7.
So it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 7. After the 5-yard false start.
Yeah, once again, going backwards are the Griffins. They need to kind of capitalize on some of these field positions that they are getting, because they have been few and far between. Number 88, Ryan Thomas, Greensburg-Salem, into the game for the Griffins.
3rd down and goal. McCormick operating from under center. This is a McCormick actually into the game now is Chris Jones. And he throws the football short to Ryan Thomas.
Pass is incomplete.
Well, it's going to be incomplete. So Chris Jones, who started the season as the starter for the Griffins, comes into the game there to run a bootleg. Interesting.
Tell you what.
And Cal U was over everybody. I mean, they weren't fooled at all.
No, they were not. They have done an exceptional job in their defensive preparation as well for this Griffins offense.
24-yard field goal attempt for Hogger now. And the kick is blocked again.
Those issues have plagued the Griffins all season, Dan.
See if we can get a shot at Dan Day, Marcus, because I can't imagine. He can't hear us actually right now, but I mean, I know talking with. So they had a field goal block last week, the Griffins did. And from what I understand, talking with Seton Hill Athletic Director Chris Snyder, Dan Day was not happy. And when he's not happy, you'll know about it. And I asked him about it this week, and he said we made a personnel change. And, well, I don't know. Maybe they'll have to make another. I mean,
personnel change, or maybe even a bit of a scheme change might be
something
needed as well, because it's obvious that Cal did their homework, their special teams coaching staff.
And that's not something that happened to see. This isn't a thing that has plagued them all year, but it is something that's plagued them the last few weeks. Whistles blow here, and a flop.
Brunson, the ball carrier.
Desua goes down.
Isaiah Desua.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score.
I don't know who that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Griffin 7.
Not sure who they're going to give the block to. We can pass that along to. We'll take a look as we come back. The 3rd quarter is in the books. Griffins trail 42-7 on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
You're always on the winning team with Bowser Chevrolet of Monroeville and Bowser Chevrolet Chippewa. Visit BowserChevrolet.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get the power of Bowser in your hands. With the new Chevy vehicles arriving weekly, reserve yours now at Bowser Chevrolet. See the full lineup of Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs at BowserChevrolet.com. Bowser Chevrolet, where the power of Bowser is yours.
If you had to file an insurance claim, would your insurance coverage score a touchdown, or would you be sacked for a financial loss? At Stevenson Insurance Associates, you'll call the right play when it comes to your insurance coverage. Don't fumble the opportunity to score points with our customer service and superior low-cost policies. You need to make the right call to Stevenson Insurance Associates at 724-832-9889.
Lights are on. Rain is lightly falling here at Adamson Stadium as Cal U has a 2nd down and 7 from its own 28-yard line as we start out the 4th quarter. Cal U has outgained Seton Hill 302 to 227 in this game. Logan Weiland is over the 100-yard rushing mark. 25 carries for 113 yards for Weiland. Jake McCormick just 9 of 20 for 104 yards and 1 touchdown. Derek Lockhart has 10 catches for 135 yards for the Vulcans as that pass somehow got in there. What a throw. And he sneaks it into Jackway Jackson.
Yeah, we've commented on the precision of Mitchell all afternoon. And yet again, nice quick release.
Wow. Right on the money, Roger.
Yep.
There is nothing else that Noble could have done there. He was right on him, and he just fit it right in there to Jackson.
As I said earlier, nice spacing, nice routes, nice hands by the Vulcan receivers.
First down and 10 from the 47-yard line. And a rare handoff for Cal U. They have not been able to get anything on the running on the ground, at least not much.
Well, that's not their forte, Dan. They definitely are very astute at throwing the ball.
That was Kyle Brunson, by the way, taking it for nothing. McDuffie on the tackle.
And to add to that, we said that there are some slippery conditions here at Cal with the rain falling down, yet their quarterback and their receivers have done a nice job all afternoon in maintaining possession of the ball.
Second down and 10. Mitchell wants to throw again, gets rid of it. This time it's high, looking for Ian Edenfield, the tight end.
Well, you know what? That's the second time they've targeted Edenfield. He's done a nice job today from that tight end position.
Third down.
Edenfield out of Laurel Highlands High School, former Mustang. It's always nice to let your blocking tight end get into the Hal.
Yeah. Atkins back for the Griffins, I believe.
Uh-oh.
Flag down. And Atkins, look at this return too. Oh my, Atkins crossing midfield. There is a flag down as Atkins down the near sideline. He did go out of bounds, but is probably coming back.
Hold your cars. We got a flag on the play.
Anthony Beitko. Will it be a roughing the kicker?
I'm almost certain it will be, Dan.
Let's see if we unfortunately don't have the replay of the contact.
Roughing the kicker. Defense, number 4.
So they will get Hawkins.
First down.
Well, there again, Dan, once again this afternoon. Get a great punt return. Seton Hill, however, roughs the kicker as the penalties continue to add up for the Griffins.
Yeah, just piling up right now.
And the ball is now on the 37-yard line of Seton Hill. And the Vulcans are going to come out and do what they have done all afternoon and all season. You know, they didn't get to be 7-0 overall and 4-0 in the conference just by happenstance. They are a very, very talented team that head coach Gary Dunn has put together.
10th penalty on Seton Hill. They average 8 per game, and now Dan Day out on the field asking about something. Dan Day in his 3rd year but 2nd season. That's going to confuse us for the rest of time here because COVID canceled last year, so it's like, how do you kind of term it, right? I mean,
and if you can see, Dan, on our screen, I hope the folks can see it at home, you can see the rain now.
Yes. Yep, you can. Not sure what the discussion is about here. Coach Day with 4 young ones at home, including his wife, Danielle. I never asked Coach Day if that had something to do with how he met, Dan and Danielle, right?
Well, you never know.
That makes sense. Like Carrie Hetrick, the athletic director of Penn Trafford, he married a Carrie. Yes. So you have Carrie and Carrie there.
I guess that happens.
I really have no idea what this discussion could be about, unless he's saying that the ball should not be spotted that far into Seton Hill territory. I don't know.
That would be the only thing I could think of, Dan. Kalechi from Kiski checking into the lineup.
Seton Hill field hockey playing earlier today. We mentioned they lost to Millersville, by the way, but we mentioned Seton Hill women's soccer with a victory over IUP. Seton Hill men's soccer team having a very fine season. They're looking to make some noise perhaps in the playoffs, which will be here before you know it.
Yeah, that's the goal of all teams. They want to get to the playoffs. And as Dan mentioned, for you high school football fans, very shortly the WPIL will be revealing the brackets in all 6 classifications. And if everything holds true, the teams with the best records will probably have a home game or a bye.
Correction on the enforcement. The previous line of scrimmage was a 42-yard line. 15-yard penalty. First down.
All right, Dan. Oh, so Coach Day obviously
he's very much into the game,
corrected
Dan.
the officials.
Yes.
Yeah, and you love to see things like that. You know what I mean? The game obviously has been decided, but nothing has been decided in his eyes. So.
Yeah, and right now, anybody getting an opportunity to get on the field for the Griffins has a chance to prove to the staff that they deserve more playing time.
The Griffins men's soccer team, by the way, is playing right now at Gannon. It's actually a huge game because Gannon's in first place, Seton Hill's in second place in the PSAC West. Play fake for Mitchell. He's going to unload one to the far side of the field, and it's caught for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Vulcans.
Jack Kalechi, but we do have a flag down in the backfield, and I think it might be holding. Actually, 2 markers are down.
Might be holding on 79.
It looked like the coverage was great on Jack Kalechi, as we will have holding, so this one's coming back. Watch him get separation here, though. Coverage pretty good. I don't know if that was a push there or just kind of, he may not have actually had a push off, but he was able to get that separation at the last moment. Right here, I think I don't know.
Yeah, Kalechi, the redshirt freshman, he scored, but unfortunately there was a penalty on the offensive line for holding.
Gray was in coverage there.
So it'll be 1st and 20 for the Vulcans. 12:56 remaining in the fourth quarter.
That would have been Jack's first touchdown of the year. He's only had 2 catches. He's only a redshirt freshman, though. And when you're behind these set of wide receivers, you just try to do anything you can to get playing time. It's tough sledding for Kyle Brunson, 6-foot senior out of Farmington, Michigan. 12:43 on the clock. It's 2nd down and 19 after the pickup of 1. We're in the fourth quarter. Cal U leads 42-7.
McDuffie and Bowen on the stop.
Kevan Bowen, haven't called his name.
Yeah, there he is right in the middle of the screen. Big number 68.
Was talking with Coach Day off the air after our chat on Griffin's Game Day, which you can see an hour prior to kickoff, and he said, hey Dan, it's exciting. We were talking about the defense a little bit. He said, we have every starter back next year, which I didn't realize. Every one but one, and that is Jaden Emberton Gaines, which is a loss. Nice defensive play there. Is that Emberton? No, it's Jaden Mack instead.
This is incomplete.
Knocking that pass away.
Tell you what, that was within a hair of being another completion. Nice defense by Mack.
Looking for Doherty that time was Mitchell.
3rd down.
Mack out of North Point High School, Waldorf, Maryland.
I'm not really sure if he got a hand on it or just a little bit too far for Jackson Doherty, but still pretty good coverage.
Yeah, indeed. Like I said, we've talked about it, Dan. This Noah Mitchell, he's fairly impressive.
Yeah.
Only a junior.
3rd down and 19 from the Cal U 48, stepping up after feeling pressure. Is going to dump it off underneath, and they'll get back to the original line of scrimmage after giving a hard hit, really, is Ian Edenfield.
There's that catch for the tight end that we talked about a little while ago. Once again, composure by Mitchell. Spots his tight end in the dead spot.
Yeah, Edenfield able to deliver a hit as well as Nario walks, stops him short of the yard to gain.
Another punt for Cal.
4th down and 11. Bytko standing back at his own 41-yard line. Had a snap go over his head earlier. That one was almost blocked as the punt will bounce, and it will take a Cal U roll and be downed inside the 5-yard line down to around the 1. Dominic Solomon Jr., the redshirt freshman out of Clairton.
Nice coverage.
First and 10 Griffins from the 4.
No, I'm sorry. They'll spot it at the 4. It's inside the 5 down to the 4.
Even though it's a miserable afternoon
Hey,
weather-wise, Dan, but
brought to you by the following
it
supporters of
is, when it
Vulcan
rains,
football.
it pours in terms of
PSAC
field position and opportunities for the
Graphics,
Griffins.
and Dairy
Just not
Queen.
being able to get everything clicking on the proper cylinders.
Seton Hill Sports Information Director Jason Green says that the Griffins and Gannon men's soccer, no score, 25 minutes to play in the first half. Thank you, Greeny. Jason's been everywhere today. He was at field hockey earlier. He was here.
Yes.
First down from the 4. McCormick from the shotgun. He will hand it off straight up the middle of the field. This is to Weiland, who again has hit the century mark today.
Yeah, he's going to add to his very impressive total for the season this afternoon, Dan.
Second down and 7.
Weiland came in averaging 109 yards per game as he picks up 3. Weiland trails Melvin Blanks, and Griffin fans saw him in their sleep when Gannon beat Seton Hill because he had a great day against the Griffins. Blanks is leading the PSAC in rushing yards. I don't know about after today, but he was. Another handoff to Weiland off the right side this time. Logan will get a couple more, setting up a 3rd down for the Griffins offense.
Yeah, it's going to be about 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. Definitely going to try to get this first down, but want to get a little bit more room
down and 3.
should the Griffins need to punt.
On 3rd down and 3 yards to go, McCormick looking to the near side. Pass is out of the reach of the intended receiver, Kurt Atkins. And with the Griffins this deep in their own territory, I'd imagine they'll just have to punt.
Yeah, they're going to send out the punting team, Dan. You got to be careful right now with the conditions here in California, Pennsylvania. Got to make sure that we get a good snap off, make sure that the Hunter, secures the ball, and indeed there is adequate blocking to get the kick off. Good snap.
Punt is away. Really good punt by Hunter. He really got into that one, huh?
Yeah,
And
nice
fair
job.
catch taken in Cal U territory by Jamal Martin Jr.
Yeah, really nice punt there from Hunter.
What's better, Roger, his punting or his wine? I don't know.
Well, you know what?
One of the two.
You know what? I would have to say, based on what I have experienced, his punting.
That's because you haven't had his wine yet.
I know that
That's why.
I know that he and his father do indeed make their own wine.
Yep. And now in NCAA athletics, you're allowed to, market yourself, right? That's something you're allowed to do. So.
Hunter the punter wine.
There's an option play. Running with the football is Richie Sykes,
the ball
as he will
carrier.
take it to midfield.
Brought down by Emberton Gaines.
And that'll go for a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. Emberton Gaines on the tackle. And we do have a new quarterback in there,
Gain of
Wyatt
3.
Hurt.
2nd down and 7.
6'4" redshirt freshman out of Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania, but his high school is listed as Lindsley in West Virginia.
Yeah, that's a private school, Dan.
There you go. Pickup of 3 on the play, so that will end the day for Noah Mitchell, and he gets a well-deserved rest here.
Yeah, the Lindsley School is in the Wheeling area.
Mm-hmm. Rolling out to his right, throwing on the run, and we'll see if it's a good catch or not. It's close. Cal U fans want it, and they're going to give it to him. So he completes the pass to Jack Kalechi, the 6'3" redshirt freshman.
Reception that's good for Vulcan's first down.
Yeah, a little bit of a boot pass here.
look at Wyatt Hurt's numbers, he's actually appeared in 5 games this year, and it's not a surprise because the Vulcans have gotten up on some teams. 6 for 9, 113 yards, a touchdown, and an interception.
Well, 6 for 9, Dan, no matter how much time you get into the season, that's a pretty good completion rate.
First down from the 34-yard line. Handoff will go to Sykes, and Sykes, no room to run, is going to lose some yards here. Emberton gains a whole bunch of Griffins in there to stop him. Not Jack Schechterly, but was that Jack Schechterly, 23?
I have Jack's name.
I mean, I'm assuming that's not him. He's an offensive player, but whoever 23 is on defense for the Griffins, he just made a play. Josh Derismay in there too. Jason, he's on top of it. He says he is not leading anymore. He only had 20 yards rushing versus Slippery Rock. Wow, talking about Melvin Blank. So it might be Logan Weiland leading the way again.
Yes.
I don't know. Unless there's another, the running back that was in third place might have had a big game. I don't know. Just check the PSAC stats after the game. Second down and 13, kind of a high snap. Sykes gets it, though, off the left side and runs into a lot of resistance. Griffin's not allowing him to get there, as we have. Anytime there's a running back stood up, you're going to see some guys falling down after the whistle and people yelling.
McDuffie and Mack on the stop.
McDuffie and Mack on the tackle. And this is when the Griffins' defense is at its best, when they know the other team's going to run the football, but that's not what happened throughout the game today.
No, that's not the problem with the defense as it sits right now, at least in this particular season. It's the pass defense that has been the issue for the Griffs. Right now, Vulcan's doing a nice job of running the play clock. They might take a timeout here.
And Gary Dunn indeed will do that with 6 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. And Cal U will be charged with their second timeout. Speaking of Coach Dunn for Cal U, he was a 4-year starter for the Vulcans, and he also was an offensive coordinator at the FCS level as well before coming back to his alma mater and coaching here. We talk a lot about our friend Jason Green, and I know he's very close with Matt Kiefer, the sports information director here at Cal U, and we always get a warm welcome from him, and always good to see him, whether it's football or we always
Greeny's
tend to see those guys around baseball time too. But yeah, he is. He had to trade in his jersey and everything a while ago. He's been a Griffin for a long time, but yeah, exactly. So we also had a chance to see Mike Connie, who is the longtime baseball coach, Coach Greeny here at Cal U. Mm-hmm. Mike's a great guy, and we were pulling in, and of course we came in like the back way. They had to open the gate for us, and first thing Mike says, "Where's Greeny?" Really good guy. He and Coach Maz at Seton Hill have a really good relationship, Griffin's baseball coach. We'll be seeing him sooner rather than later.
Yes, we will.
Baseball season will be just around the corner, even though it doesn't feel like it, as that pass is broken up, intended for Mack for the Vulcans, and a nice job by Pratt to break it up. Fourth down coming up.
Yeah, even as well as the Vulcans have performed in the passing game today, I think DeMonte Pratt has handled the situation pretty well from his defensive back position.
Well, the Golden Knights have struck. 1-0 Gannon in the first half. That is Seton Hill men's soccer in that big game. So fourth down and 11, kind of no man's land here for Cal U. So Gary Dunn says, let's just go for it.
Sure, why not?
Wyatt Hurt will take the snap. He's going to go long for it, and the pass is going to be intercepted.
I would have liked to have seen...
Just knock it down, right?
Yeah, just knock it down. Of course, that's not always the thought process going through. You knock it down, you get better field position. But nonetheless, it'll go as a turnover. It will go as an interception. Pretty nice coverage here.
First and 10 from the 7.
Yeah, good coverage. Pass a little bit underthrown. And yeah, you're right. I mean, you'd like to see Pratt maybe just kind of drop the football or something. But, we've been watching football for a long time. And, guys, you just don't see that happen. You just kind of play through the ball. And So the Griffins will instead have worse field position because of it. But Pratt will get his 4th interception. That's among the leaders in the PSAC. 4th pick of the season for DeMonte Pratt, as Weiland will carry off the right side and Logan gets through a hole.
Weiland, the ball carrier.
You look at Pratt again with those 4 interceptions. He's only a junior, so he'll be back next year, and I'm sure he'll be primed for a big year next year as well. He's out of Fredericksburg, Virginia, as we have a Griffin down. Looks like Gaither.
Timeout injury.
Nice sportsmanship by Taylor for Cal U. Came over and tapped him on the head. So Taro will come off the field.
Yeah, let's hope that he is all right. He'll get checked out by the training staff.
Just 2 catches for Taro today.
Actually, Dan, with the score 42-7, I could live with Taro not playing the rest of the game. Let's get him through this game as healthy as possible and get ready for the rest of the season.
That was a first down run from Weiland. McCormick having time. He's going to just unleash one here to the near side. It's incomplete. Long throw looking for Mark Bales.
Micah Tillman with pretty nice coverage there, Dan, out of Columbus, Ohio.
2nd down and 10. Clock stops with 5:46 remaining.
We always try to hesitate a bit because a lot of the schools that we cover at the college level have multiple numbers. You got to make sure you got the offensive or defensive player.
Weiland with a good run. Picks up another first down.
Weiland, the ball carrier. 1st and 10 Griffins from the 28.
Certainly going to get the ultimate effort out of Logan Weiland on each and every snap. Score is irrelevant. That's just the type of hard-nosed athlete that he is.
I'd like to give you his up-to-date rushing total, but Live Stats having an issue once again as McCormick again will air one out. And did he pull it in on the far side? No, the official says it's incomplete. It was Phillips who has the only touchdown of the game after the pass in the first half from Jake McCormick, but he was out of bounds there.
Yeah, Phillips out of Dallas, PA.
Could
Looked
not
like his
quite get
feet
that
were
foot
out of
down.
bounds. Yeah. The referee kind of looked the play the whole way in, which was nice.
Logan Weiland tying the shoe of Sean Berry. It's a good teammate.
Well, linemen with their big gloves on, Dan.
Yeah, they got to get down and the shoulder pads. Yeah, you don't have time. Nobody got time for that, right? Pass is caught over the middle on the quick strike to Atkins. To Battle. Ty on Battle hauling that one in. And that'll be good for a gain of 8. 3rd down and 2 with 4:50 on the clock.
Well, once again, this drive has been fairly successful considering they started at the 7-yard line, Dan. They're now on the 36. Need to keep this drive going. Maybe nice if they could hold on to it, maybe get a score, and not give the ball back to the Vulcans.
Getting the handoff to Weiland is McCormick despite the high snap. And Logan again will run for another first down. On 3rd down and 2, he's able to advance the football to the 41-yard line.
Gaither back into the game there next to Weiland as the huddle begins to form. Nice shot there from our videographer, camera operator Marcus Weekland. Thank you, sir.
Well, here's the thing about Gaither too, Roger, and you made a good point about, hey, if you don't want to get him, if he's kind of banged up, don't put – he's a redshirt senior.
Yeah, he's last go-around.
So, he's going to want to be in there, and that pass is incomplete. And unfortunately, it's not a case of where Seton Hill is going to be going to the playoffs or have a chance or anything. That, then you may, but redshirt senior, just let him play it out.
That's true.
Makel, also a redshirt senior, had that pass go off of him.
Yeah.
Here's Taro.
Yeah, Dan Day was very impressed with the number of young men who did come back for their what I would call the COVID season.
Second down and 10. Griffins have it at their own 43-yard line. And again, it's Weiland. This time he gets hit in the backfield, but still spins forward for positive yardage. Actually gets back to the line of scrimmage, but he should have lost yards.
Down by Logan Burnsworth.
Burnsworth getting into the backfield. Gets a nice cheer from maybe the family of Burnsworth.
Absolutely.
There. You see him beating the block.
No gain on the play. Third down.
We'll bring up a third down. 3:33 on the clock in this fourth quarter. Again, if you tuned in late, Cal U scored 4 touchdowns in a span of about 4 minutes in the first half. McCormick gets away from a defender, fires downfield. It's incomplete. Thought he may have had Makel there open, but not to be, and it's fourth down.
You mentioned Burnsworth, Dan, a bit of a cheer. Kind of a local kid from TJ, Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, the Jaguars finishing in third place in the Big 8 4A conference this year after losing to Bell Vernon and McKeesport. But as I said on the broadcast last night, that's not the last we'll hear from TJ.
Oh, absolutely not. Bill Cherpak will have his Jaguars ready to go once the playoffs begin.
McCormick on fourth down and 9, throws one to the right side, pass is caught, and still on his feet is Phillips. He takes off over the 35, and he gets close to the 30-yard line. They'll spot him down at about the 32.
Phillips with the reception.
So Noah Phillips, who is, Todd Phillips, who's a physical type receiver at 6'4", the sophomore out of Dallas, PA, gets his second catch.
He's also very aware of his surroundings. Watch, he will secure the catch, bounce off the defender. He's going to take a look back to his right, sees the defender coming, prepares for the hit, protects the ball.
Micah Tillman in on coverage, sophomore out of Columbus, Ohio. And now the handoff to Logan Weiland, stays on his feet, tries to drag a tackler with him to the 25-yard line and does so. And that is actually Jaquan. No, it is Weiland. It is Weiland. We saw McGriff early in the game.
Josh Miller on the stop. Gain of 6, second down and 4.
See him shed that tackle there right at the 30-yard line and able to pick up a few more yards, 6 to be exact. Makel motions across the formation to the right. Blitz coming. McCormick to the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. Jumping for it was Tyon Battle, but not able to come up with it.
Yeah, sometimes you got to hustle, get there, and secure those 50-50 balls that they speak of here in the year 2021. Once again, hanging in the pocket was McCormick.
Third down and 4. This is Atkins coming across the formation to the left, and the handoff, this is Jaquan McGriff this time, but he falls down.
It's going to be close.
McGriff, the ball carrier.
I think they're going to give it to him, Roger. Yes. He will pick up about 5 on third down and 4, and it's a new set of down for the Griffins with 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Seton Hill trailing 42-7.
Trevor Mitchell out of Hollidaysburg. A little bit slow getting up, one of the offensive linemen for the Griffins.
Griffins will break the huddle with 1:43 on the clock. McGriff will stay in the game to the left of McCormick. Gaither down to the bottom of the screen. McCormick looks that way. He throws that way, and the pass is off the hands of a jumping Gaither. Great effort, but not able to come down with it. And we do have a flag somewhere on the field. Check out the replay here. Almost made an incredible acrobatic catch. And that was Tyon Lobin, I believe, on the coverage, number 15. See what's going on here. The officials have their notebooks out. It's a personal foul, I think.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 9. After play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 81. There's fouls off.
All right, so Todd Phillips and Micah Tillman had something to say to one another.
Third down and 10.
Third down and 10, 1:32 remaining in quarter number 4.
And we have something. Dan Day out on the field. Officials are going to talk.
Is it a clock? Time left on the clock situation?
Well, they spotted the ball incorrectly earlier in this half, and Dan was all over it, and we'll see what the conversation is about here, maybe. See Logan Weiland on the field, number 8. Logan Weiland actually wore number 1 2 years ago, as he was voted by his peers as the top leader on the Seton Hill team. That's what the Griffins do under Coach Day. It's pretty cool. That's why Jaden Emberton Gaines is wearing number 1 right now. They will pick one player to wear that number 1 every year.
Yeah, much like LSU with the number 18. In fact, right now, LSU in recent history has gone with 2 18s, one on offense, one on defense.
1:32 on the clock. It's 42-7 Vulcans. Seton Hill facing a second down and 10 from the 22-yard line, and we have whistles again. And a delay of game on the Griffins this time.
5-yard penalty. Second down.
Second down and 15.
So it will be second down and 15 now. Across the formation goes Makel. Free rusher McCormick trying to scramble out of there. He throws on the run. Out of bounds it goes.
Pass is incomplete.
And they'll set up a second down and 15.
Third down.
Excuse me, a third down and 15.
Yeah, McCormick doing just enough. Stay out of harm's way.
Pressure by Luke Hitchin for the Vulcans. 6'2" defensive lineman, redshirt freshman. Clock will stop with 1:25 remaining. Griffin's trying to get one into the end zone before the end of the night. Blitz coming. McCormick throws to the right, and it's out of the reach of Battle.
Incomplete.
So fourth down coming up for Seton Hill. Final play likely. Well, I shouldn't say final play. I guess they could get a first down.
Could get a pass interference penalty.
Pass interference. You never know. Fourth and 15. Rushing 4 are the Vulcans. Here's a throw to the end zone. Incomplete. There was some contact, and we do have a marker down. And there you go, Roger.
Yep.
Could be interference. You were 100% right. You knew that it was coming as Battle got knocked down.
Cards. We got a flag on the play.
Pass interference.
There you go. Pass interference
15-yard penalty.
on Battle.
First down.
I'll take your pick. They said 27. Very easily could have been 45 or 49.
Yeah,
He really didn't turn around to play the ball either.
John Hutchinson, the linebacker. I thought it was more on him than, but either way.
Still get a first down without scoring here if you're the Griffins.
Yeah. Outside the 10-yard line, they're at the 13. Hand off to Weiland, accelerates through a hole. Weiland's now trying to bounce it out, and he's able to accelerate again and get close to the goal line. And he's down just shy of the end zone. What a run by Logan Weiland. He does not care what the score is.
Now he's coming out of the game right now.
Well, now
I hope he's okay.
Well, now he's coming back. I don't know why. He started running to the sideline.
I'm watching his left arm.
Yeah.
First and goal, Griffins from the 1.
If we have this replay the whole way through, which this was an excellent run, in, out, planting the leg, cutting upfield. If we can let this run just a bit, let's watch his left arm possibly as he comes out of this.
Yeah, he's having some trouble right now, actually.
There you see it.
And now Seton Hill gets flagged with a legal substitution, and Weiland's going to come out of the game. Griffins have shot themselves in the foot more than I can. And there's Dan Day.
Goal from the 6.
They have had the spot of the ball a couple of times today inside the 5, close to the 1. They've gotten penalties.
Yeah,
move the ball back.
Yeah, and once again, we talked about it in the pregame. Which team would show up, and you're going to hurt yourself and implode. And the Griffins have done that on several occasions inside the 10.
So a great run by Logan Weiland, but certainly in garbage time, if you will. Certainly hope that there is nothing serious for Logan. This is the longest end to a football game in quite a while, Roger. Here we go. Great blocking by the Griffins on that right side. Wanted that touchdown, couldn't quite get to the goal line. And now a little further back, and this is Jaquan McGriff off the left side, and Jai will get to the 2-yard line. Seton Hill will take a timeout, trying to punch one into the end zone before the final seconds tick off here.
Yeah, they'll have one left, Dan.
Mentioned today some of the playoff brackets, not some, but all of the playoff brackets in the WPIL football scene are being released. It looks like Southmoreland will play East Allegheny in the first round of the playoffs. 8 and 9 seeds there. Number 6 Mount Pleasant will take on Burrell, the number 11 seed. And, of course, that will be a Westmoreland County matchup. Those games in Class 3A. In Class 2A, Ligonier Valley and Southside Beaver, or Southside area as they're called now, will be the first round matchup in Class 2A. Greensburg Central Catholic gets the number 8 seed in Class 1A, and they will take on Olsh in the first round.
It's a tough one. Our Lady of the Sacred Hearts, pretty good program.
Yeah,
usually.
They always are. They always are. Norwin will host the WPIAL 6A football championship.
Nice.
Interesting there. Bell Vernon receives a first round bye. They get the number 1 seed. No surprise there in Class 4A. All right, so it's second down and goal from the 3, and guess what? Logan Weiland's back in the game. Will he get the football? Nope, he's going to block. Look at that. Here's the pass to the end zone.
That's interference.
And it's incomplete, and somehow, some way, there was no interference there. I want to see the block again by Logan Weiland, but I don't understand how no flag is down there. Watch Logan here just coming back after getting shaken up. Boom, right there. Takes out the blitzing linebacker.
How is this not interference?
I don't know. Oh, my gosh. They've been throwing interference flags all game, and they don't throw one for that. I don't care what stage of the game it's in. That's bad. You got to throw a flag there. I mean, that was bad.
That's like the hockey referees when it gets to a certain point. Their whistles
put the whistles
in
away.
Yeah.
Unless someone gets slashed and draws blood, that's about the only way they. Another timeout here taken by the Griffins.
Should be the last timeout. Pete Billy into the game.
Crowd getting restless, saying, "We're up 42-7. Why are you calling timeouts?" Well,
you know what?
All teams do it. They want to get a touchdown.
Well, let's say that in the next couple of weeks, Seton Hill is in a position with 25 seconds left in the game. Maybe the score is tied. They're down by 1. They want to get used in the habit of going deep into the game and still executing.
Will be performing after this game, so make sure you stick around and enjoy the show.
Penn Trafford gets the number 2 seed in Class 5A, and they will get a bye in the first round. Franklin Regional, the number 12 seed, will play at number 5 Penn Hills on Friday.
Be a short trip for the Panthers.
A toss trying to get to the corner. Did he get inside the pylon? He did for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Griffin.
So the Griffins will get on the board, and I'm trying to see if that was Weiland or not.
McGriff, I thought.
All right, so McGriff gets inside the pylon for the touchdown, and Seton Hill will be able to tack one on before the end of the football game.
Okay, right now, what I'm looking for, Dan, it's a very nice drive by the Griffins there as time is running out. I'm looking for execution here. Snap, hold, kick, because we've had some issues recently in the Griffins special teams.
Kick is up.
They're able to execute the extra point there, at least. 17 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. We'll keep it right here as we wind down this football game. We'll have some stats for you coming up on the Bowser Automotive postgame show. You see Coach Dan Day talking right now with Clay Metz.
Hempfield area.
Local product. Seton Hill always seemed to has that pipeline to Hempfield in a number of sports. Baseball players.
Yes, indeed.
Football players.
Some softball players as well
Yeah.
have come through.
Absolutely.
The Griffin softball program.
Seton Hill men's soccer trailing Gannon 1-0 at the half. Golden Knights scoring in the 32nd minute.
Jack Wagner to kick off, number 63.
That McGriff touchdown 3 yards to the house. For Jai, that is his second rushing touchdown of the season. Here's the kickoff. And a fair catch will be called for.
Nice job there by the Vulcans, Dan. No need to return that one. Call for the fair catch. They'll start the drive at the 25-yard line. If they do anything other than take a knee, I would be shocked.
I think they technically would start it from wherever he called for the fair catch, but it doesn't matter. Rogers could take a knee anyway, but right? Or am I incorrect on that?
No, on the fair catch.
Oh, on the fair catch, he
the
actually
field of play to get it to the 25-yard line. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if it was a punt, yes, it would be there.
I actually was not aware of that. I did not know that. So if there's a fair catch called for any point between the goal line and the 25-yard line, they go to the 25,
yes.
even if it's not in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I did not know that.
That'll do it.
Vulcans will take a knee. Their backup quarterback, Wyatt Hurt, doing that. And indeed, clock will tick down here. Final score from Adamson Stadium. The number 4 ranked team in the country, the Cal U Vulcans, very impressively with a 42-14 victory over the Griffins. Coming back, we'll have our post-game show. We'll take a look at the stats from this game and the scoring summary right after these messages.
D'Annunzio's Italian Restaurants is open 7 days a week at all 3 of our locations, Jeanette, Monroeville, and Latrobe. We invite you to join us for our specials. Monday, the special is spaghetti. Tuesday, it's raviolis. Wednesday, it's lasagna. And Thursday, it's chicken parmesan or chicken romano. Be sure to try our drink specials and our fabulous desserts. And remember, we also have takeout available at all 3 locations.
Hi, I'm Juliana Nichols, and I'm a biochemistry major. I'm also part of the honors program and a resident assistant here at Seton Hill University. One of my favorite Seton Hill experiences was working on a chemistry and anthropology-based research project. I looked at new ways to prepare bones with applications to medicine and science. I intend to apply everything I've learned as a clinical pharmacist in the future. For this and so many other reasons, I'm very grateful for my Seton Hill experience.
At Seton Subaru, we believe that every dog deserves to have its day. And in honor of National Make a Dog's Day, Seton Subaru will be donating $100 to Animal Friends of Westmoreland for each dog adopted during the month of October. And throughout October, Subaru Loves Pets Month, we encourage you to consider adopting one of the thousands of adoptable pets waiting for their forever homes in local animal shelters. They would love to meet you. Seton Subaru. It all starts with the heart.
The most incredible machine ever created didn't come with replacement parts. Until now. Rebuilding the human body takes skill, not just science. Some of the region's most accomplished orthopedists are right here at Excella Health. Our team of specialists are using non-surgical treatments, minimally invasive procedures, and the most sophisticated and complex surgical techniques to restore all aspects of human motion. All right. Whether you walk or fly. Orthopedics at Excella Health. Expert care begins here.
Your next golf adventure awaits at Manor Valley Golf Course in Export. Manor Valley offers 18 scenic holes over gentle sloping fairways and the purest putting surfaces around. Manor Valley Golf Course in Export is the perfect place to host your next golf outing, banquet party, or shower. Manor Valley also offers league play and great membership rates. Tee times available. Call 724-744-4242. Visit ManorValleyGC.com.
It's tough to come this far and lose. It hurts. But you are defined in life by the way you respond to defeat. That pit in your stomach, fill it with fire. Next season starts right now. Remember this hurt. Think about it when you want to sleep in the morning. Think about it when you want to shut it down instead of doing an extra set. Promise yourself that you will never, ever feel like this again. You promise yourself that you will come back untouchable.
Back here on the Westmoreland Sports Network in our post-game show presented by Bowser Automotive. That's the power of Bowser. And our final score, 42-14 in favor of the Vulcans. And we'll take a look at the stats here in just a moment. We first tell you that the Griffins will be back in action next week. Second to last game of the season. That'll be against the IUP Crimson Hawks. And that game will be televised, or live streamed, I should say, here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. And we will have it for you coming up at noon on Saturday, 11 a.m. For our Griffins Game Day pregame show. Griffins Game Day pregame show can be seen an hour prior to kickoff here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. And we will talk with Dan Day about this game. And really, the start just totally puts Seton Hill into a hole. Again, one of the things that the Griffins need to be able to do is run the football, and they can't get behind early because it is really tough on them to come back and be able to throw the football effectively and lead a comeback like that. They'd have to be able to run the football, mix run and pass a little bit. But when you get into a deep hole like Seton Hill did, you just can't do things like that. You got to start throwing the football a little bit more, and that's not something that the Griffins are comfortable with. And just too many turnovers. Again, 4-minute span, Cal U scores 4 touchdowns, and really that was kind of the game early in the first quarter. If you look at the stats, other than passing yards, that's only the big disparity there, but turnovers, that's certainly was huge. The Vulcans using some short fields, and that's why the stats don't look as bad as maybe the game kind of went. We'll take a look at the scoring summary here in a moment. Roger, we didn't get final stats, did we? Have to look?
Not yet. No,
okay.
They have not been provided to us. You have them there on the...
Yeah, I'll see if we have the drives, the scoring. Yeah, right here. Okay. So we'll take a look at the scoring real quick as you saw the stats there. Cal U got on the board first. Again, Noah Mitchell, a 2-yard touchdown pass to Derek Lockhart. It's after Seton Hill went 3 and out, and it was 7-0 Cal U at the 9:17 mark. At the 8:26 mark, after a fumble on the ensuing kickoff by Darnell Carey, Mitchell threw his second touchdown pass, this one to Jaquay Jackson, and that one from 7 yards away, and it was a 14-0 lead for the Vulcans. Jake McCormick has a pass intercepted by Jamal Martin at the Seton Hill 27-yard line. He takes it back 27 yards for a touchdown, and the pick six gave Cal U a 20-0 lead, make it 21-0 lead at the 7:26 mark of the first quarter. And just 2 minutes later, again, in a span of about 4 minutes, they were able to do this. The Griffins again turned the ball over. Noah Mitchell turned it into a 15-yard touchdown pass to Derek Lockhart, and it was 28-0 in favor of the Vulcans. Seton Hill did get on the board here as Jake McCormick hit Todd Phillips from 16 yards away for a touchdown at the 9:23 mark of the second quarter, and that gave Seton Hill its first touchdown and score of the game. Nice throw by McCormick right to Todd Phillips, and the score was 28-7, and it remained 28-7 until right before the end of the second quarter. With 1:22 remaining, Jackson caught his second touchdown pass of the first half of 22 yards from Noah Mitchell to make it 35-7 heading into the halftime break. And then in the second half, 2 scores, Mitchell complete to Lockhart, the third hookup between those two gentlemen, 13 yards for the touchdown, 9:36 mark of the third quarter. Griffins were able to punch in a touchdown late on a 3-yard run by Jaquan McGriff, just getting inside the pylon for his second touchdown of the season. Roger, any final thoughts?
Well, we talked about it, Dan. Carryover, hangover, and what happened to the Griffins today was everything that possibly could go wrong did, and that's certainly not a recipe for success. However, there will be a number of things that the coaching staff can work on, and we're going to see how they respond next Saturday at Offutt Field against what I'm going to suspect is going to be a pretty mad, angry IUP squad.
Yeah, if you missed it, IUP was upset by Edinboro earlier today. So, yeah, you would expect that to be the case. Pretty prideful group there. So, as the rain continues to fall here at Adamson Stadium, we will sign off. Thank you so much to Come On You Weaklins for his great work on the camera, as he always does. Roger Downs for his great work with the color. And I'm Dan Flickinger. I did okay. 42-14, the final score. Cal U beats the Griffins. Seton Hill still has a chance for a winning season, but they have to win their next 2 games in order for it to happen. They are now 4-5 overall and 2-4 in the PSAC Western Division, and the Vulcans remaining undefeated, going to 8-0 and 5-0 in the PSAC West. Once again, the Westmoreland Sports Network wishes you a good night from Adamson Stadium. You've been watching Seton Hill football on the Westmoreland Sports Network.